All right. Hello, everyone. Okay, that was quite the delay. Oh, welcome in, welcome in. Oh, God. Too loud. All right, so where we last left off, we were looking for Suzu's father while trying to fix the time machine. And we ran into Daru, who was apparently trying to create some fake pins of the thing to pretend that we found her father before she left, like as she left. And now we're back here while he's fixing the time machine. Okay. When I provide Daru with the refreshing gift of cola, his sweaty face lightens up. Wow, Ocarin, an ice-cold zero-calorie cola. How thoughtful of you. Oh, this is... So the last time we brought him the wrong drink was before we time leapt, isn't it? So we time leapt with the correct knowledge this time. I have 40 seconds of ads, but... Oh god, you're getting them all. He's got them all. I'll wait for his ads to finish. Daru happily takes the cola and chugs it straight from the bottle. Afterwards, Daru and Suzuha start discussing the time machine. Mayuri and I watch from a short distance away. Alright, welcome in, Kaz. And congrats on getting first, second, and third. Looks like you got them all today. And thanks for the daily check-in. Let's see. How do I do this? Exclamation point. Is it top one list or is it top first list? First list? How do we... What's the command? Top first list? Top first? Oh, I don't remember the command. Top... You know what? Let me just go to my actual... Hang on. Commands. Oh, okay. I got it. I got it. First, top 10. Ooh, Kai's got you beat by a lot, Kaz. Kaz is a brat. Then it should be the same for the other ones. Second, top 10. We still got Kai. Oh, Kaz is behind by 1. What's the third one? Third. Oh, that's not how you spell third. Third, top 10. Oh, it's Kaz by far. Oh, I think you can also just simply put first 10, second 10. You don't have to put the top. It feels like 2 freedom units out, and I have my fan in my window blowing the air inward. Thankfully, it's not hot for me. Incoming ads? Well, you guys just had some ads, so let me go ahead and snooze that. I'm also not too chilly. I've got the fan running on my PC always have it running on my PC tower, and then I have the heater under the table for my feet. So I'm kind of balanced right now. Ocarin, isn't it amazing that the satellite was a time machine? Yeah, I guess so. I'm glad Suzu-san wasn't hurt in the crash. I heard it's really hard to drive. Am I back where I was? Or is this just like she's saying the same things because time loop? I think time loop. If the gravitational whatchamacallit coordinates are just a teensy bit off, the whole time machine becomes a jelly man and goes ploop. And she even said her time machine's unstable, since it's not a SERN model. I'm worried about her trip to 1975. Do you think I should go with her? I wonder if I'd fit. Pretty sure you would. What would you do in 1975? I'd cheer Suzu on, of course. I'd hold her hand super tight and tell her that everything's gonna be okay. Hey, Okari, do you think the time machine has a name? If you want to know, just ask Titor. Oh, yeah. Mayushi didn't think of that. Mayuri giggles, then runs off to talk to Suzuha. He returns a few seconds later. Yep, it has a name. Is this a repeat, or is this just the game taking me further back than where I was because I've loaded up the save? Didn't it load me right back to where I saved? Yeah, we talked about them being a good match. Our character's not acknowledging having done this conversation before. Did the game just simply take me back before where I actually saved? I feel like around here's where I should be. As Mayuri leaves, Suzuha comes over to stand beside me. Our shadows are long and murky in the fading light. Hashida Itaru is amazing. He said if things go well, he could have this time machine fixed by tomorrow. And he looks so unhealthy and slow. A refreshing breeze blows by. It was quite hot a few minutes ago, but the temperature's finally starting to drop. Hey. There's something I want to say, and I feel like I'll never get another chance. Oh, okay, this is a repeat. He just wasn't acknowledging it until now, I think. Are you listening? After a moment's hesitation, I give a little nod. I'm really grateful to you, all of you. When I came to this time, I didn't know anyone. I was all alone in a world completely different from my own. This era is so peaceful. That's a wonderful thing. But it scared me. All I knew was the fight against SERN. But now I have friends, real friends, who I can share my secrets with. All these people who lived before I was born are working so hard for my sake. It's a strange feeling, but a happy one too. I wanted you to know that. I've heard these words before. Just like last time, her tone is wistful. Her time machine can only leap to the past. The truth I heard from Daru plays in my head in an endless refrain. Living with you guys in this time, It's been really fun. When I met you, you were all so strange and unique and over the top. I was kind of shocked at first, actually. But before I knew it, I started to enjoy spending time with you. 2036 is peaceful too. People don't even fight anymore. Did you know that? Yeah, you told me. I shake my head. Anyway, people don't fight. Ever. About anything. All forms of conflict, war included, have vanished. Poof. Without a trace. Instead, everyone has dead eyes, like fish. No one has ambition. Nobody dreams. They just trudge through their lives without a single complaint. Oh, sure, people smile. But they never get angry or sad. There's no individuality. Everyone's a robot. You got really mad at me before, remember? I was really surprised, but at the same time, I was really happy. Suzuha looks at the time machine. Daru and Mayuri are standing next to it, talking cheerfully about something or another. You're all so bright and full of life. I envy you. Shina Mayuri? Hashida Itaru? Even Makise... is it Sei or Si? Makise? Karisu, and of course you. I want to be more like you. It's thanks to all of you that I'm still going strong. Being a lab mem, even for just a little while, was great. She smiles then. A soft, sad smile that tears at my heart. This time, I know what that smile means. Being with you guys, even for just a little while, was great. Suzuha obviously knew from the beginning that if she traveled to 1975, she could never return. Change the future, Okabe Rentaru. Make it a world like this one, where people can be free. The first time I heard her speak these words, I thought she was sentimental because she couldn't return to her original 2036. I was wrong. Forget about 2036. She can't even return here, to 2010. Not without living at 35 years. She'll be 34 when 2010 comes around. The present us and the present Suzuha can never meet again. Suzuha chose this mission. Oh, hang on. I just realized. There we go, that's better. To change the future. To save Mayuri. Unless Suzuha travels to 1975, Mayuri will die. But then, what about Suzuha herself? When she leaves her 1975, she'll have to sacrifice everything she has here. How does she feel about that? Do you... Do you regret spending time with us? What do you mean? Do you regret making new friends here? New memories? Do you wish you had kept your distance? You've already abandoned one life. Now you have to abandon another. In a sense, it's like you're killing yourself. Did Hashida Itaru tell you? She says everyone's full name all the time. Suzuha frowns. He's worried about you too. Jeez, I told him not to tell anybody. Well, how do you feel about going to 1975? It doesn't matter how I feel. Suzuha's expression suddenly hardens. I have to go. It's the path I chose, and it's what my dad wanted. What if we ask you to stay? I'll go anyway. One of those guys on @ channel asked what right I have to change the future and decide the fate of the human race. He had a point. I don't think realistically anyone has a right. But at the same time, like, you can pretty much just throw back in his face. People are going to do what they want to do, aren't they? I mean, you can just say, fine, I'm being selfish, and just be selfish. But still, I don't want the future to turn out like that. I want the people in my time to be free like you. Free to laugh and play, fight and argue, get sad and cry. If I change the future, then no one will die. Not you, not Shina Mayuri, and not my dad. Maybe I don't have the right, but I'm going anyway. Even if you can never return? Oh, come on. The 70s aren't a bad time, you know? I'll find friends there, just like you guys. We'll have a blast. Just like that, Suzuha is back to her usual self. But despite her cheerful smile, I'm certain that her resolve was forged from fear and doubt, the likes of which few can imagine. I was a fool to think that my words could sway her. Beneath a clear blue sky, the time machine comes to life. Oh, Daru did it. Daru's repairs are complete. Mayuri and I helped drain the last of the water out of the cockpit. The machine is still stuck in Radikan's wall, but that's a small matter. Daru gazes at the time machine with a satisfied expression. The fact that he could figure it out... I wonder... Mayuri is jumping for joy, and Kurisu, who ran over as soon as she completed the time leap machine, is visibly relieved. Meanwhile, Suzuha is struggling to attach her mountain bike to the time machine's exterior. She likes it so much, she wants to bring it with her to 1975. Shouldn't you just try to get a bike back then, even though it won't be as good? You shouldn't be bringing this to the past. Kurisu is worried that it might cause a time paradox. Yeah. My heart is still heavy. Should I let Suzuha leave like this? I chide myself for the thought. It's not my choice to make. Suzuha isn't from this time. If she doesn't want to stay, then I have no reason to keep her from leaving. Suzuha finishes securing her bicycle and turns to us with a soft smile. Okay, this thing's pretty big. How big is the actual cockpit? The actual place where you're standing? You can't fit the bike in there? It's not the painful forced smile I saw yesterday. We don't perform a startup test. Activating the time machine would draw too much attention. So we're just going to wing it. Fortunately, we have the time leap machine for insurance. My only regret is that we couldn't find her father. Thanks, guys. Really. I can't thank you enough. Don't forget about us. If you want to thank me, then let's make out. Oh my god. Control yourself, perv. The lab mems pat Suzuha on the shoulder and offer words of encouragement, each in his or her own way. Oh, right. Take this. You're giving me this? Do you want me to keep looking? Maybe this is how she gets it. Maybe it's like the... What's the paradox that is using the watch? Actually, was there a watch in Zero Escape? In Zero Escape, there is a brooch. There's a brooch and there's a... Oh, the music box. The birdcage music box. Where it's like they keep getting passed from the future to the past and then getting to the... going through time back to that point and then going back to the past. So it's like it's the exact same object being used over and over and over instead of like the original object. So there aren't multiple copies of it. It's just the same one single object just constantly going through the loop. Is that what's happening with this thing? Suzuha offers me her father's pen. In the end, we couldn't decipher the inscription. This is for you, Okabe. Rentaro, keep it in the lab. Will you? Somewhere out of sight is fine. Suzuha. Is she regretting her decision to leave? Is this pin meant to be proof that Amane Suzuha was here with us in this time? About the pin. Daru hesitates for a moment, then steps forward. Why don't we make duplicates for all the lab maps? Make it our symbol, I guess. Wow, that's a great idea. How unusually thoughtful of you. I don't know what to say. We already took a picture of it, so keep your pin, Amane. It belonged to your dad, right? Yeah, okay. I stay silent. There's nothing I can say. I could stop Suzuha from leaving, if I tried. But unless she goes, I can't save Mayuri. Just give her a hug. Why did I hear like a... She said like danta ka da. There's like a BAK sound in there. Or a bonk. Okay, everyone. Dun da da da. Mayushi has an important announcement to make. Mayuri suddenly raises her hands and calls for attention. As usual, she completely fails to sense the gravity of the situation. Though I suppose it's our fault for not telling her the truth about Suzuha's time machine. In any case, she has my attention. What could her announcement be? Could Mayuri have found out that she's fated to die? I doubt it. I quickly glance at Kurisu, but she seems just as confused as I am. Then what is it? Maybe she made an outfit for Suzu? Wait a minute. What? And you're bringing that up now? Actually, Mayushi found Suzu-san's dad. Huh? Huh? What? Really? Mayuri puffs out her chest proudly.
Want to meet him? You do, don't you? Well, he's here with us today.
I was about to say, the fact that she waited this long, I was like, does that mean it's one of us? It is. Where? Everyone, including me, starts looking around. Mayuri has us hook, line, and sinker. I scan the empty event hall, but there's no one else here. Where could he be? Well, we have two possibilities.
Allow me to introduce you. Suzuha-san's dad is...
Okay. Is that a drum roll? Oh my god, woman, get on with it.
Ta-da! Suzuha-san's dad is...
Is? Spit it out, woman. Mayuri flashes Suzuha a grin. Oh, it is Daru. So he lost weight? So he's a mysterious hacker that no one knows, and he took on the identity... He must have lost weight and took on the identity of John Titor. And he built... So I was wondering, he was able to fix this machine. So I was starting to think...
Daru-kun!
She thrusts her finger at Daru. Our mouths drop. After awkward silence comes awkward laughter.
That
joke's not even logical. It's impossible for this perv to get married in the first place. That's rude. It's literally not impossible for anyone. That's not a thing. Literally anyone in this world can get married. As long as you're of age. I mean, there are... Oh, okay, you know what? Fair enough. There are countries where, you know, same sex and all that, but aside from that... But that aside, so, like, of course Daru can get married. Hey, that kind of hurts. I completely agree with Christina. I don't. Daru is fated to become a wizard when he turns 30. You could be nicer about it, guys. But it's the truth, so I can't object. It's not the truth. What? Did he just... Daru falls to his hands and knees, devastated. As for Suzuha herself, she clearly doesn't know how to react. You know, my dad wasn't fat. You do realize you can lose weight, right?
Jeez, you're all so mean to Daru-kun.
Mayushi's the only one to stand up for me. You're an angel, Mayushi. Do you love me? Damn.
Nope.
Harsh.
Mayushi's 100,000,000% sure that Daru-kun is Suzuha's dad.
Okay. What's your proof?
I was thinking about the letters on Suzuha-san's pen. After staring at it really hard, I noticed the 7 and 7010 looked a little weird.
It does look weird. I noticed that too. Y'all said it was 7, and I'm like, what? How is that a 7? Oh, yeah. I was gonna say it looked like a 2, but...
It's not a 7, it's a 2. The line fell off the bottom.
Really? It does look like it looks like an intentional mutated 2. A mutilated 2, I should say, not mutilated. Because it doesn't look like it's broken. It looks like that's intentional. Just because of the way that Just because of the way it's still, like, rounded and whatnot, it doesn't look like there's a break. Because it looks like the one's bottom, right? Like, exactly the same. Suzuha stares at the inscription. It's so small, I can't tell. Oh, thanks for the bit. Appreciate that, Kai.
It's easy to see on the picture we took.
2010? But that's this year.
だったら最初のアルファベットは何を意味するんだ
Then, what do the letters mean? OSHM, something, something, something A. So what's with the stars, the asterisks? What if... No. I mean, the H can be Hyoen and the M can be Mayushi, but... No, wait. No. Because there's no I or H or D for Daru. So it's not like our letters or anything. Dark is saying, Should I know this by now? That's what's inscribed on the pin. Okay, you've got the floor, Mayuri. Explain it to me.
That's easy.
Oh. Right, Okabe. I didn't think of his O. So it was their letters. I was thinking of Rintaru, Hyoen. I was putting... Okay, I see. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So technically, one of them is supposed to be Shining Finger. It was right in front of us all along. We just didn't know where to look. Also, Luca. Why are they crossed out, though? It's our initials?
So I was thinking, why 2010? And then I remembered it's the year of the lab mems.
The year of the lab mems.
The Future Gadget Laboratory was founded this year.
So that's what it was.
And you know, Suzu-san has lots of stories about future Okarin and future Christian, but not a single story about Daru-kun, right?
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I did think that was weird. There weren't any about Mayushi either. Well, yeah. Daru's observation startles me. It's an obvious thing to wonder about, but it strikes too close to home.
Well, Mayushi's a lab mem, but I can't make time machines and I don't like fighting. Of course I'm not famous.
No. The reason there aren't any stories about Mayuri is because she dies in a few hours. Only Kurisu, Suzuha, and I know that. And we say nothing. Wait. Wait. Okay, it's using that one.
But Daru-kun's a super hacker, and Okarin's right arm. He even helped Okarin make Phone Wave Chan. So I thought it was strange Suzu-san didn't know him.
So you're saying he used a different name?
Bro Titor-san helped Okarin found the resistance, right? And he was in Akiba in 2010. And he was able to build his own time machine. And he knew about Okarin's reading spaghetti.
Reading spaghetti? Reading Steiner.
He knew about it. Doesn't that fit Daru-kun perfectly?
She's right.
Do you remember the day Suzu-san went to meet her father?
Right, yeah, I also remember that. That's what led me to start wondering if it was Daru. And they hadn't met yet, but then when they did meet, she didn't say anything, so...
She thought he would be at the time machine offline meet.
We know that because we tailed her.
Daru-kun was supposed to be there too, right?
That meet was seriously important to the history of Japanese sci-fi. At least I got to sneak in while tailing Amaneshi. I don't remember that. It must have happened because of the D-mail I sent. This is the curse of reading Steiner. Although I keep my memories from previous world lines, I don't acquire memories of events on new world lines.
Dad told me about that meet when I was little. I don't remember what he said exactly, but I thought I might be able to meet him there.
Wait, so if we're telling him that she's his daughter, then he would continue on with life, start the resistance, get married. He would be looking for someone. He would hook up, get married, have a child, name her Suzu, or no, name her... what was her name? Oh wait, no, Suzu's her name, right? We're calling her by her first name? Yeah, I think. He would name her that. He would then teach her about some stuff and how to use the time machine. He would set all this in motion, basically. So, if I'd been at the meet, everything would have been okay. Oh, and yeah, so he would tell her about the meet.
I don't know. I don't think I'd have picked you out as my dad.
Still, the evidence keeps piling up.
And then there's the time machine's name. FG2004. Something something. What was it?
Yes, please tell us the name. Okay. Second edition, version 2.31. Okay. That naming sense. It's got to be Daru. I mean, there's plenty of other people that would do that, but...
And FG probably stands for Future Gadget.
Oh, you're right. So Suzuha's time machine. Is Future Gadget number 204? Well, that's a lot.
Finally, his name. Bro Titor has to be Daru-kun.
Why? Okay, let me snooze the ads. Wrong thing.
Come to think of it, last night, Mayuri asked how to say barrel in Japanese.
バレルはね、樽って意味なんだよ。
Okay. How would I know that?
Barrel is taru in Japanese. Right, Christian?
Kurisu nods. Taru. Taru? Daru?
ダジャレ
It's a pun?
でねでね、すずさん。
Okay, Suzu-san,
橋田
say
至
Hashida Itaru
10
10 times fast.
して
Well, ignore all that. Itaru. Taru. Oh, Daru. That's why we call him Daru. Hashida Taru. Itaru. Daru.
なんで
Why?
言えばわかるよ。
Just say it and find out.
橋田至る橋田至る橋田至る橋田至る橋田至る橋田至る橋田至る橋田至る橋田至る橋田至る。今、大タって聞こえなかった？
Oh my god.
Just now, didn't it sound like Daitor?
聞こえた。
It did.
橋田至る橋田至る。
So, Daitor, Daru, changing it to Titor, Taru.
Hashida Taru? Hashidaitaru? Hashidaitoru? Hashitaitoru?
マジで
For reals?
マジです。
See, he's gonna go forward with this information. Is it actually his pun or is it her pun? Because she's the one explaining all this.
For super reals.
I can't believe it. But with all this evidence I laid out in front of me, I can't deny it either. Everyone's jaw drops again. Only this time, we're staring at Daru and Suzuha.
とってもお似合いの親子だ
I think she looks just like her father.
I
プラシー
mean,
ボ効果かしらね。
yeah, that could just be the placebo effect. But now that you mention it, they kinda do look alike.
お手柄だな。
Nice work,
名探偵
Mayuri.
椎名真由里だ。
You'll make a great detective one day.
名探
Eh? Detective?
そんなこと言われたの
That's the first time anyone said that.
She's such a ditz most of the time, but maybe she's more perceptive than anyone knows.
ああ、娘
Um,
主が僕の
do I see the resemblance? Maybe if he loses weight. Because the only thing I could connect them was kind of the hair. Kind of. I mean, his is a little darker. But he was like the closest in hair color if she got any of it from her father. This is a lot like, oh shoot, what's his real name? We'll just use what Rintaro calls him, Mr. Braun. This is like Mr. Braun and Nai. My daughter? Amane, she is my daughter? Didn't you just ask your daughter to make out with you? Ooh. This is Zero Escape all over again. Daru, wide-eyed, points at Suzuha while flapping his lips like a fish out of water.
父さん
Dad.
そういう時はパパと呼びなさい。
Could you call me Papa instead? Please don't be weird about this. Please let that be innocent.
こんな時ぐらい変態はやめろよ。
For once in your life, don't be a perv.
父さん
Dad!
Suzuha tries to hold back her tears, but can't. They fall from her eyes and roll down her cheeks. Seeing this, Daru stops his joking and lets Suzuha speak.
私来たよ
I came, Dad.
父さん
I
に
came
会う
to
た
see
め
you.
に
In the time machine you built.
父さんが
Yeah.
父さんのやろうとしていたことを
I'm gonna finish what you started.
私
I
は
promise.
絶対やり遂げるから
Yeah.
だから見ててほしい
Watch over me, okay?
見てるよ。
I'm watching. Of course I am. Suzuha walks up to Daru and hugs him gently. Can you please describe your father now? Daru awkwardly, but firmly, hugs her back. Father and daughter, reunited across time. I'm truly glad we could bring them together.
ちなみに君の母さんは可愛かった
By the way,
ロリ顔
was your
で
mother
背が
cute?
小さくてだけど
Request
急に
petite
言って
girl
な
with
希望
cute face and big boobs. What do you mean request?
それは内緒にしとく
That's a secret.
When Suzuha finally steps away from Daru, she's smiling once again.
さてと
Well,
これ
that
で
takes care of everything I wanted to do on this world
綺
line.
麗さっぱり断ち切れたそろそろ
Guess I should be going.
待て
Wait, you're going already? Don't you have more to say to your father?
積もる話があったりしないのか
What am I doing? Suzuha's mind is set. I know that nothing I can say will convince her to stay. It's madness to even try. If she stays, Mayuri dies. I know that. So why am I trying to stop her?
Because you do care.
You said you only cared about Mayuri and that she was top priority, but you care.
私は大丈夫
No, I'm fine now.
IBN
I'm gonna get an IBN 5100, just like I promised.
She looks at us with the face of a warrior. Oh, full-time warrior? Has she
君
upgraded?
たちにかかってる
I'll bring it to you here in Akihabara. That's my
荷物を
duty.
この秋葉原に
and I'll
絶
see
対
it
持っ
through.
てくるから
The rest is up to you.
お願い未来を
Change the future,
変えてほしい
please.
Nobody speaks. Nobody nods. We don't have the words. But she sees it in our faces. Resolve. Suzuha has entrusted us with her will and her mission. We meet her gaze, each of us, and silently swear to protect them to the end. The future Suzuha came from is not the future we desire. In Suzuha's time, Daru and I fought to change it. This time, we'll make sure it never happens. Oh, actually, that's another point. Like the channel, there were people telling her what right she had to change the future, but it wasn't just her. It's the whole resistance, everyone involved in the time machine project. She's simply the one that was sent back. Mayuri will live. Kurisu will be free. Suzuha will grow up knowing her father. We must change the future, that all these things may come to pass.
それじゃ35年後に会おうね
Hi, Soul. Welcome in.
君たちにとっては数時間後か
Ooh, you know what I have to do, Soul. You know I gotta do it. I had to do it. No, I had to do it. Oh, wait, I spelled it wrong. I forgot. Oh, the underscore. I always miss the underscore. I always miss the underscore. Oh, you're laughing, huh, Kai? Back to screaming. Nah, it had to be done.
Well, see you in 35 years. Though I guess it'll only be a few hours for you guys.
そうそうタイムマシンが時間跳躍するとき
I never make typos, as you made a typo right in your sentence about never making typos. Good job, Kai.
Oh, I almost forgot. The time machine gives off terrific ultraviolet rays when it jumps. So make sure not to look directly at it.
You know what this calls for? This calls for... calls for a laugh.
With that final warning,
Suzuha boards the time machine. She waves once, and then the hatch closes behind her. Moments later, the machine comes to life. A shrill alarm starts ringing. There are no other sounds. It makes less noise than I'd expect. People on the street below start shouting and cheering at the satellite's sudden activity. They all look up and point. My phone vibrates. I quickly take it out and open it. The mail's from Suzuha. From John Titor. Subject, thanks. Goodbye. Goodbye. When I failed to stop her on a previous world line, she sent me the exact same message before leaving. But this time, the word holds a completely different meaning. I lift my eyes from the message to see the space around the time machine begin to warp. A cocoon of light appears and envelops the fuselage. I squint my eyes against the brilliance. Suzuha. We will never see her again. Not this Suzuha. Yes, we can seek her out in our time. I know that I will make the effort. But the next time we meet, an immense gulf of time will have divided us. No matter how hard we wish it were different, she will not be the girl we knew. All of a sudden, Daru takes a step into the light. Bro, you're already wearing glasses. Don't make it worse. Suzuha! I'm sure we'll meet again. What do you mean you're sure you will? As long as you manage to meet the right woman, you will. I'll do my best until then. I hate myself for not knowing any other way to say it, but I'll do my best. I'll do my best, I promise. So Suzuha, do your best too. Oop, let me charge my phone. His words probably can't reach her anymore. As the light grows more intense, I raise my hand to shield my eyes. Bathed in radiant particles, the cocoon slowly unfurls. The next thing I know, Suzuha's time machine has vanished into thin air, leaving a hole the size of a dump truck in Raidi-Khan's wall. The air is thick with the smell of ozone, and seems to pulse softly where the machine stood. We stand there for a while, staring silently at the empty spot while the summer breeze blows gently past. As if the wind were fate itself. One moment. Let me see if... Disconnected. Fairy raid. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have time to mourn her departure. In about an hour and a half, Moeka's group will attack the lab. Before that happens, we need to acquire the IBN 5100 that Suzuha went to 1975 to obtain. The time machine's sudden disappearance has thrown the area into chaos, which makes it easy for us to slip out unnoticed. See you in 35 years, Suzuha said. The 54-year-old Suzuha should be here in Akiba. Before she left, we decided that the time machine's disappearance would be her cue to bring the IBN 5100 to the lab. But when we return to the lab, there's no 54-year-old woman waiting for us. I hope she didn't die. Also, she might have fallen in love and had some kids. It seems Suzuha hasn't come yet. Phew. No more running. Kurisu gasps for breath, while Mayuri calmly munches on a banana. Gotta feed that black hole. As I check the lab for any sign of Suzuha, a line of red numbers catches my eye. The meter reads 0.337187. I don't remember what the numbers were before. Okay, they haven't changed yet. Divergence hasn't changed. Reading Steiner didn't activate this time, so I suspected that might be the case. Let's think this through. I thought that divergence would change the instant Suzuha obtained an IBN 5100 in 1975. But maybe there's something else that needs to happen. Will it change the instant Suzuha hands me the IBN 5100? Or will it change when we use the IBN 5100 to delete my email from SERN's database? At any rate, all we can do now is wait for Suzuha to arrive. Suzuha's 54 by now, right? After catching his breath, Daru speaks. My daughter's 30 years older than me. I don't know if I want to see that. Feels weird, man. You know, it wouldn't be unusual for her to have grandchildren by that age. Yeah? Maybe grandchildren that we know? You mean I could have great-grandkids? I don't know if I'm ready for that, man. Wait, please. Please, no. Please don't let the grandkid be someone he's hit on.
Just be super nice to them. That's what grandpas do.
Please, don't call me Grandpa. A knock on the door interrupts her idle chatter. It must be Suzuha. Or, everyone looks at me. With a strange mixture of anticipation and anxiety, I slowly open the door. No. Okabe! Instead of an old woman, we get a wall of muscle. Our disappointment is palpable. Oh, it's you. Hey, have you seen my part-timer? Mr. Braun peeks into the lab. Oh, Mayuri.
If you're looking for Suzu-san, she went 35 years.
Shut up, Mayuri.
Damn, I didn't expect that.
Shut up, Mayuri.
Kurisu covers Mayuri's mouth. You know something. Where'd that girl run off to? She took the last couple days off, and I don't know when she's coming next. She won't even answer her phone. We don't have time for this. But I can't just order him to leave. Oh wait, this is me. We don't have time for this. But I can't just order him to leave. Not unless I want another cracked skull. So his eyes, the color of his eyes...
実家に帰ると言っていた。
She said she went back to her hometown.
もう
She's probably
こ
gone
こ
for
には来
good.
ないでしょう。
何そうなのか
What? You sure?
あのガキ
That brat. She didn't say a word to me. The future is changing. Isn't this proof? On my previous leaps, Mr. Braun never came by the lab. This must be related to Suzuha's trip to 1975. Surely it's a good sign. Now, as long as the attractor field doesn't amend history again. Mr. Braun sighs, then turns to me with a serious expression.
まあいいわこうして訪ねてきた
Well,
のは
whatever.
岡部
I've got something for you, Okabe. Do you? Is it an IBN?
俺に
For me? He hands me an envelope. It's addressed to Okabe Rentaro, but there's no stamp or postmark. The name Hashida Suzu is written on the back.
これは
What is this?
前に俺が世話になった人からの手紙だ今日お前に渡してくれって頼まれてる
Huh? Huh? It's from the lady who used to own this building. She asked me to give it to you on this day.
え
Who?
おめえこそすずさんと
How did you know Suzu-san anyway? Literally Suzu. Do you... Bruh. Suzu-san? Suzu-san. Of course. The name on the back reads Hashida Suzu. Hashida is Daru's surname.
この女性は今どこに
Where is she now?
いや
Huh?
10年前に亡くなった
She passed away 10 years ago. 2000.
亡くなっ
Passed away. She's dead? A wave of dizziness nearly sweeps me off my feet.
たいくつぐらいの人だっ
How old was she?
50は超えてなかったな
Mid 40s, I think. The age fits.
た渡してくれて感謝しますミスターブ
Thank you for taking care of this letter, Mr. Braun.
これもしかしてすずさん
Is it from Suzu-san?
マジでなんで店長が
Seriously? Why did he have it? Okay, so they're not related at least. Mr. Braun clearly doesn't understand our reaction, and we're not about to explain. I thank him again. He grumbles a bit and leaves. As soon as he's gone, I break the seal and open the envelope. Inside is a handwritten letter. The characters are slightly messy, as if her hand was shaking as she wrote it. Our eyes, transfixed, begin to read.
岡部倫太郎様
Dear Okabe Rentaro,
お久しぶりです
it's me, Amane Suzuha, Hashida Titor's daughter.
タイターの娘
It's been a long time. Is that a
あ
stain?
なたにとっては
Though for you, I'm sure only a few hours
数時
have
間前
passed.
以来のこと今は
The date is June 13th, the year 2000,
6月13日これをあなたが読んでいる
meaning I'm writing this 10 years before you will read it.
ことになります結論
I wonder if she ever saw us, any of us. I'll get right to the point.
失敗した
I failed. I failed, 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 I failed.
失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した
I didn't like that. That was kind of creepy. And heartbreaking, honestly. Yeah. Please stop. Woman? Woman. She was hurt by this. Okay, good. She stopped. The date is June 14th, the year 2000. About 9 or 10 years before you will read this. I failed. I only remembered who I was 1 year ago today. Oh. The day Nostradamus said the King of Terror would come. Stupid, stupid King of Terror. He should have come and burned us all away. For 24 years, I forgot who I was. All I could remember was my name. I finally remembered 1 year ago. The day the King of Terror was supposed to come, but didn't. There's no King of Terror, but I want to die. The repairs were incomplete. The time machine malfunctioned. When I arrived in 1975, I couldn't remember anything. So, we try again? They found me lying in the street like a broken doll and took me to a hospital. Okay, this hurts me. This is hurting my soul, the way she sounds. And now I've been living on my own for years. But that's as Hashida Suzu, a normal person who forgot the duty and mission of Amane Suzuha. I only remembered last year. Oh god, no, please, please. I failed, 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 I failed! Please stop. Something went wrong. I don't know what. The repairs were incomplete, but it's not Dad's fault, it's mine. I should have gone straight to 1975. I shouldn't have stopped in 2010. But I was selfish, and now the future is doomed. There's no IBN 5100. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. For what purpose have I lived to this age? I forgot my duty and lived a carefree life instead. You know what? I'm okay with that. Now my life has no meaning at all. That's not true. It's worthless. Worthless. Worthless! I wish I hadn't remembered. Honestly, I wish you hadn't either. I'm glad I finally remembered. I'm glad I had this chance to say sorry. So if you only remembered a year before... Oh my god, stop, please. Please. If she only remembered in, what, 2009? Has she been owning that building, or did she buy it in that year? The year that she remembered. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me! My plan failed. I spent this whole year asking myself why. I finally figured it out. If I hadn't postponed my leap to 1975, this wouldn't have happened. Okabe Rintaro. After the offline meet, you stopped me from going to 1975. I was really happy, but that's where it all went wrong. I should have left. I shouldn't have waited. That was my last chance. I don't know about that. That night, there was a thunderstorm. My time machine was flooded. Oh, I saw that little trail. If you can go back to that day, please, please, let me leave. Never. Then, I can bring you the IBN 5100. Actually, technically we can. Because as long as we go back and have that information about Daru. It's just a matter of how can we get back to that time. I can fulfill my mission.
私は
Please,
使命を果たしたい
that's all I want.
父さんと約束したから
Wait, for me to do that, I would have to hop in the time machine. I promised Dad.
父さんの意志だから
This was his dream.
私の未来を
I want to change the future.
変えたいかごめん
Oh, I see that trail. I'm sorry.
ごめん
I'm sorry.
ごめん
I'm sorry.
こんな人生を
My life was meaningless. My hands curl, crumpling the page. I realize that I'm crying. Suzuha failed? She lost her memory. Her life was meaningless? This can't be happening. Nobody says a word. Their faces, like mine, are frozen in disbelief. I turn to Daru. He's whiter than a sheet. I mean, I would imagine so. He's accepted her as his daughter, and now he hears this.
ダル
Daru.
タイムマシン
Oh, also that. Didn't you fix the time machine?
直したんじゃなかった
I did. I thought I did. But I mean, that was my first time repairing a time machine. I might have missed something.
見落としたと
Miss something. Whatever you miss cost your daughter 24 years of her life. Rentaru, calm down. I didn't do it. I didn't do it on purpose.
そうよ
Calm down, both of you.
橋田はできる
Hashida did everything he
精一
could.
杯やった
He doesn't deserve your anger, Okabe.
お前はなんでそんなに冷静なんだ
How can you be so calm?
こういう性格なの
That's how I
だ
am.
ったな
Sorry.
とにかく
Now
落ち
calm
着け
down. Good. It's not Daro's fault. I know. I know? I saw the it's not Daro's fault. I know that. Yeah. But it can't end like this. It can't. What was Suzuha feeling as she wrote this letter? Immense sadness? Regret? I look again at the words scrawled upon the page. Every character resonant with despair. I wanted to welcome back with a smile. Instead, this. Suzuha is dead. 10 years gone. Wait. How did she die? Yeah, I was starting to wonder that too, right before you said that. Don't tell me. Mr. Braun must know what happened. I run to the window and check the street. Mr. Braun is outside, closing up shop.
ミスター・ブラウン
Mr. Braun! I run downstairs.
お、岡部。例のラジカンの人工
Okabe, did you hear? That satellite up and disappeared. Everyone's talking about it. I grab some water. I guess it's already made the news.
そんなことより聞かせてください
Please, I need to know.
なんだ
Huh? Know what?
橋田鈴さんの
Hashida Suzu-san.
亡くなった状況
How did she die?
知ってどうする
Why do you want to know that? He looks at me hard. I meet his stare, unflinching.
俺は
I
今まで
don't know anything about how she died.
彼女の最後を
I need to know what her last moments were like.
知っておかなければ
I feel that it's my duty to know. To engrave her memory into my heart.
そうしなくちゃいけないんだ
単なる好奇心ってわけじゃなさそうだ
Sounds like you've got a reason.
で
What I want to know is how you knew her.
すずさんとは
古い
She was An old acquaintance. That's all I can say.
とても古い知り合いで
A very old acquaintance. But I still remember the time I spent with
と過
her.
ごしたわずかな時間聞かせて
So please,
ください
tell me.
あまり言いたくはないんだがな。
I don't like to talk about it. But
こ
alright.
れから俺が言うこと
Listen good, Okabe.
心して聞けよ。
I slowly nod. And then I get my answer.
自殺だ。
Ah, damn it. I was hoping maybe she died of a broken heart, which she did. Just not the way I was hoping. Well, hoping in regards of it not being this. It was suicide. The word drops on my heart like an anvil. My knees give out. I collapse to the pavement. Suicide.
自宅で首をつってな。俺が第一発
She hung herself at home. I was the one who found her. My life was meaningless. I recall the last words she wrote in her letter. The one that trailed off especially. Words of an unimaginable despair. She didn't deserve so bleak an end.
そんなことになる1年ぐらい前から
She became unstable about a year before it happened. Before that, she was a nice, cheerful lady.
明るくて優しい。俺はあの人
This building was hers. She gave me a place to stay. I wonder if she reminded him of Suzu, that he knew, of the old lady. And having a similar name, Suzu,
スーズさんは天涯孤独だった。
and she had no relatives.
葬
You
式には
know,
ほとんど人は
almost no one came to her funeral. It was a sad thing to see.
さっきの手紙は
She handed me that letter a week before it happened. Told me to give it to a young man named Okabe Rentaro on this exact date.
岡部倫太郎スーズさんは
When you moved up upstairs, I thought Suzu-san must have seen the future or something.
越してきた時はな
Enough. I can't take it anymore. I try to stand, but my legs betray me. I stumble, but before I fall, a small body supports my shoulder. I? No, my Yuri.
大丈夫？
I mean, he said small, I wasn't sure how small.
Ocarine, are you okay?
Mayuri. It must be taking all her strength to hold me up. Did Mayuri hear how Suzuha died? Those do look like tears in her eyes, don't they? Yeah. Her eyes are wet. Her lips are trembling. Still, she's the one supporting me. Mayuri and I bow deeply to Mr. Braun and return to the lab. When we get back, Daru is seated at his computer, head on the table. Kurisu is standing in front of the TV, watching an excited reporter talk about Radicon. The disappearance of the satellite is huge news, obviously. Any chance that'll make Moeka and the others leave us alone for a little bit? For like an hour? No. No matter what, Mayuri's gonna die. Well, it could make them leave us alone, but Mayuri still dies. The lounge is silent, save for the TV. I look at the table. The divergence meter still reads 0.337187 and hasn't changed since before Suzuha left. What went wrong? The fact that she lost her memories, right? That's what went wrong. I can't go back 10 years with the time leap machine. I can't do anything about Suzuha's death. Should I have stopped her from leaving after all? Maybe then this tragedy wouldn't have happened. No. What choice did I have? I can't save Mayuri without the IBN 5100. Suzuha had to travel to 1975. I consider my options. What if I redo these 2 days again? Could Daro fix the time machine so that this doesn't happen? Is fixing the time machine even possible? Daro's skills are second to none. The time machine was built by his own hand 26 years into the future. 26 years into the future. It seems logical that he would be able to fix it. But look at it another way. It took Daru 26 years to learn enough to build the time machine, and he had to reverse engineer SERNs to do it. Maybe it's unreasonable to expect our Daru to perform flawless repairs in only 2 days. The fact that he even did that much, in that case, can I have Daru use the time leap machine and repeat these 2 days until he repairs it? That could work, but no. He'll have to start from scratch each time. 2 days just aren't enough. I collapse onto the sofa and bury my face into my hands. Mayuri sits next to me and gently rubs my back. I'm grateful for her kindness. I recall what Suzuha wrote. If you can go back to that day, please let me leave. The only way we could do that is if we use the time machine. The D-mail I sent. Oh, actually, oh, right. I forgot about D-mails. No, never mind. We can use the D-mail. I totally forgot we could do that. We don't have to time leap. We can just use a normal D-mail. Could that be the cause? On the original world line, Suzuha leapt to 1975 after failing to meet her father. Unsatisfied with that outcome, I sent a D-mail to convince myself to follow Suzuha and prevent her from leaving. The only thing is, hasn't it, like, now that it's been upgraded to time leap machine, is it still possible to send a normal D-mail? Or would we have to time leap back to before it's completed and then send a D-mail? As a result, she remained in 2010 for an additional 4 days. But that night, the time machine was damaged by a thunderstorm. If I hadn't followed Suzuha that day, if I hadn't sent that D-mail to myself, her time machine would not have malfunctioned. She would have arrived safely in 1975. The solution is obvious. I need to cancel that D-mail. But can I really do that? If I change the past so that Suzuha leaves, won't that undo the 4 days we spent together? Our frantic search through the streets of Akaba. Her heartfelt confession on the roof of Radicon. Her tearful reunion with her father, Daru. All of it will be undone. What do I do? An urgent bulletin pops up on the TV. I look up in surprise. Is this about the train stations? Yeah. Bomb threat suspends Yamanote. Sobu. Heihin Tohoku lines. Damn. Moeka's men will be here any minute. There's no time to think. No time to hesitate. I run downstairs, break into the Brawn 2 workshop, and turn on the 42-inch CRT. Then I return to the lab and activate the time leap machine. What are you doing, Okabe? Kurisu demands answers. I can see the fear in her eyes. We can't just leave it like this. I have to do something. Okabe.
But Ocarine, are you sure?
Don't try to stop me, Mayuri. I can't let this stand. There are 2 options. I can cancel the D-mail that convinced me to pursue Suzuha, sending a contradictory D-mail which should do the trick. Or I can time leap again and prevent Suzuha from leaving, 2 options, but really, just one. Do not hesitate, Okabe Rentaru. Hesitation is unforgivable. You already know what you must do. Stop pursuit. Last mail. Is SERN trap. That should be enough to convince me to let Suzuha go.
クリスお前は
Kurisu,
気づか
you're good at remembering dates, aren't you?
ところがあった
Huh? Oh well, sure.
鈴葉の励まし会をやった
When did we throw that party for Suzuha?
4日前
4 days ago.
August 9th.
You're sending a D-mail, Okarin? But won't that make everything disappear?
全部消えちゃうんだよ
4 days. It may not sound like much, but in that time, we forged a definite bond with Suzuha. To send this email is to sever that bond. I know that. I know that. But this is the only choice I have. I set the phone wave to 97 hours ago. This D-mail should arrive a few hours after the first. Okay, so we can still send D-mails. Now I just need to send it. Save Mayuri. That is my purpose. That is what drove me to leap through time. I'll do whatever it takes to save her. This is just one more sacrifice. Erase the time you spent with Suzuha. Destroy whatever bond you had. Send the D-mail. Push the button. Isn't that what Suzuha wants? You'll be saving her from 25 years of loneliness, from ending her life in utter despair. Save Suzuha. Save Mayuri. This is the right thing to do. This is right. But is it really? Is erasing those memories really the right thing to do? Isn't that just running away from reality? Shouldn't I try time leaping first? Maybe there's another way. What should I do? What's the right choice? Stop. You're starting to doubt. Never doubt. I don't know the answer. But I need to reach a conclusion. Or else. I can't. I can't do it. I can't send this email. Acting on impulse, I don the headgear and punch in a 48-hour time leap.
解放はあるの
Do you have a plan? No. I ignore her and bite down hard on my lip. As the taste of blood fills my mouth, I press the button. See you later. Okay, hold that pain thought. Let me just check on something. Close you. Unclose you. Oh wait, yeah, close you. Refresh you. Pause you. Pause you. Okay, that should be good. The world twists. My legs shake. I cover my eyes and wait for my senses to return to normal. 1,000 emotions stampede through my skull, then fade away. I stare vacantly at Kurisu, who is standing in front of me. At first, I can't hear her over the buzzing in my ears, but little by little, her voice becomes clear.
ほら、ふらついてるじゃない。まだ2日
See?
目なのに。
You're shaking.
そんなに疲れて
We've only been at it for 2 days and you're already exhausted. Kurisu thrusts her finger at me, like an angry school teacher.
ピンバッジはきっと見つかる。
We still have plenty of time to find the pin. You don't have to be in such a hurry.
それより、
If you collapse, what then? I won't be worried about you, but Mayuri sure will. You will be, you know you will.
少しは自分の体に
Take care of yourself, got it? The time leap worked. Yeah, got it. I nod to Kurisu, then collapse onto the sofa. I couldn't sacrifice either of them. In a sense, I am running away. But there was no other choice. No other way to save Suzuha and Mayuri both. In 2 days, Mayuri will die, and Suzuha will be lost to the past. If these 2 days are all we have left, then all I can do is repeat them. Forever. Let these 2 days be the rest of my life. Really? Huh. The wind caresses my cheek. I push down on the pedals and begin the ascent up Harumi Bridge. So for all of eternity, we're gonna suffer riding bikes these 2 days because we'll never gain the endurance because we're resetting our body over and over and over. The spokes revolve rhythmically, reflecting the sunlight. Sweat oozes out of every pore, but it's not unpleasant. It feels good, healthy, like running around the school field as a child.
気持ちいいね
The weather's so nice.
Why did I have to come along? Because you're her father.
同感だ。
Same. Here.
っていうか、風
The wind's too strong. Well, you better get used to it.
ねえメタボだから
You're a little chubby, Daru-kun. I think you need to exercise more.
A fat neckbeard master race. Uh-huh. You don't even have a neckbeard, though. Leading the way at a terrific pace is Suzuha on her trusty mountain bike. She looks ecstatic.
いい景色だな
What of you?
From here, you can see across Tokyo Bay, all the way to Rainbow Bridge in the distance. Akiba and the jumbled sprawl of central Tokyo are 2 hours' ride behind us. Here on this artificial island, there are only skyscrapers and vacant lots, one extreme or the other. One time, I took the bus back to Akiba after Kamima, so I already knew how close it was. But I never thought I'd come here by bike. Except for Suzuha. We're all using rent-a-cycles. I wanted to change the pace from the search for the unfindable pin, so I proposed this cycling expedition. Of course, I already know who the pin belongs to, and who Suzuha's father really is. But I have chosen not to tell anyone. If at all possible, I want to spend these 2 days in peace and delay Suzuha's time travel. That is my goal now.
出発するまではさただの時間の無駄
As long as Daru doesn't hit on her.
たまには
I thought this trip would be a waste of time at first, but I guess people need to take a break once in a while.
私は
I'd rather
マシンを作ってる
be
の
working on the time leap machine. This just proves that I belong indoors.
2人とも
You two are all worn out. Come on, guys. Stamina is the key to survival.
Kurisu and Daro are exhausted, while Suzuha and Mayuri are still going strong. I already know the distance between Akiba and Ariake? Ariake? I don't know. So I'm able to pace myself in order to conserve energy. Water. There's a vending machine? I could kill for a glass of water. Sorry. There's no convenience store until we cross another bridge after this one. Tough it out. Are you serious? I can't. It's impossible.
Oh, Ocarine! You really know the area. Have you been here before?
Yeah, many times. How long have I been living in this closed loop of time? It's already getting hard to keep track of the days. So instead I think in 2-day cycles. This should be the 4th cycle. This time, only I know that Mayuri is fated to die. By keeping that secret, I allow us to spend these days like normal kids our age would. This cycling expedition is part of that. Suzuha and Mayuri enjoy the ride, and so I make sure we do it each time I repeat the loop. Our current destination is Tokyo Big Sight, the massive convention center in Ariake. In a few days, it will be a home to Kamima, the world's largest doujinshi marketplace event. Big Sight straight ahead. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes to get there. Let's take a break first. Daro has used up the last of his strength. While still on his bike, he rests his body against the guardrail, separating us from the road. I turn and pull up next to Daro's bike. It's not safe there. Come on. Let me rest. I said it's not safe. I sigh and pull Daro up by the arm. Okay. Daro stands up. A second later, a truck rams into Mayuri. I'm kidding. A huge truck speeds past. A gust of wind left in its wake nearly bowls us over. The bridge sways beneath our feet. That was close. Hey, I told you it was dangerous. Probably wouldn't have hit him anyway, but still, best to be careful. You saved me, Ocarine.
You know, that was almost like Ocarine saw the future.
Oh, did he?
D メールでも使ったんでしょ。
You got a D-mail, didn't you? Mayuri's innocent smile. Kurisu's cynical grin. To them, it's a joke, but they're not mistaken. The only thing they got wrong was that I didn't send a D-mail. I time-leapt. Suzuha's eyes met mine. She was laughing just a moment ago, but now she looks confused, uncertain. I avert my eyes. Holy Land, I have returned. Daro, his vigor restored, faces Big Sight with his arms spread wide.
Wow, I've never seen it this empty.
こんなに広かったのね。
Look at all that space. It's hard to believe they filled this whole area during Kamima.
ありえない。
In the emptiness, it is easy to see how truly majestic Big Sight is. At Kamima, when you're wading through a sea of people, it's just another big building.
Hey, Mayushi's hungry.
Gotta feed the black hole. Isn't there a restaurant nearby? Let's take a break.
帰りも同じ距離を走らな
I
いといけない
can't believe we have to
のね
bike all the way back.
それを考えたら
What a nightmare. The three of them go searching for the family restaurant. Suzuha is still gazing at Big Sight.
Suzuha.
What's wrong, Suzuha? I asked the question, though I already know how she'll answer. She's excited to see Big Sight in real life. I'm excited to see Big Sight in real life. Suzuha's eyes are shining. It's gone by 2036, you know. They cleared it to make way for bigger, better convention centers. Tokyo's full of them in my time. They even moved the dome out there. Suzuha points to the middle of Tokyo Bay. Hashida Taro called it the Holy Land. Is that how you see it in this time too? So this is where they have Kamiyama. I've heard of it. Hundreds of thousands of people come, right? Mom said that's where she met my dad. Oh?
なるほど。
Ah,
お前の母親
so your mother was a
不女子
Yoshi.
だった可能性があるな。
Fujoshi.
だからさ、ずっと見たかった
I've always wanted to see this place. Thank you, Okabe Rentaro.
とかベリンタロ、ちょっとだけ父さんに近づけた気が
I feel closer to my dad now.
A sharp pain stabs through my heart. Oh, you have no idea. I know who Suzuha's father is. He's right over there. But I won't tell her. Not until the afternoon of the 13th, when the time-lap machine is complete. For now, I just want to prolong these 2 days of peace.
Okabe! Suzu-san! Come on, come on!
ほら、呼んでる
That's us. Come on, I'm starving.
空いちゃった
Suzuha grabs my hand, and we take off running. Somehow, I managed to force a smile. Today was fun. Tomorrow will be fun. Sorry, I had to yawn. Every day will be fun. Forever. Oh my god. The wind caresses my cheek. Push down on the pedals and begin the ascent up Harumi Bridge. The spokes revolve slowly, reflecting the sunlight. Sweat oozes out of every pore, but it's not unpleasant. It feels good, healthy, like running around the school field as a child.
気持ちいいね
The weather's so nice.
Ugh.
なんで僕が
Oh, why did I have to come along?
付き合わなきゃ
Same. Here. Phew.
っていうか
The wind's
風強すぎ
too strong.
ダルくんはねメタボ
Do I really have to read all this again?
もっと運動
You're a little chubby, Daru-kun.
と思う
I
よ
think you need to exercise more.
デブオタ上等
A fat neckbeard master race. Leading the way at a terrific pace is Suzuha on her trusty mountain bike.
いい景色だな
What a view.
From here, you can see across Tokyo Bay, all the way to Rainbow Bridge in the distance. Except for Suzuha, we're all using rent-a-cycles. I wanted to change the pace from the search for the unfindable pin, so I proposed this cycling expedition.
出発するまではさ
Are you repeating everything you thought before? Is that to help keep himself in the loop? That he's doing this to himself?
I thought this trip would be a waste of time at first, but I guess people need to take a break once in a while.
私は
I'd
タイ
rather
ムリープマシンを作って
be
る方が
working on the time leap machine.
ひ引きこもりが
This
最強だと
just proves
今日
that I belong
証明
indoors.
されました
二人ともグダグダだね
You two are all worn out.
だらしないな
Come on, guys. Stamina's the key to our survival.
Kurisu and Daro are exhausted, while Suzuha and Mayuri are still going strong. I already know the distance between Akiba and Ariake, so I'm able to pace myself in order to conserve energy.
水は自動販売機はまだ
Water. Where's a vending machine? You'd kill for a glass of water.
残念ながら
Sorry,
この橋を
but there's no convenience store until we cross another bridge after this
コ
one.
ンビニはない。
Tough it out.
そこまで辛抱しろ。
I reply mechanically. Are you serious? I can't. It's impossible.
オカリン詳しいんだ
Wow,
ね
Ocarine,
この
you really know the area.
辺りにあるんだ
Have you been here before?
ああ何度も
Yeah. Many times. What cycle is this? My 10th? You said a cycle is 2 days, right? So 20 days? It must be more than that by now. I'm still repeating the same 2 days. Moeka's attack, Mayuri's death. Those things will never, ever happen. Today, once again, we're off on an adventure.
ここまで来ればビッグ
Big sight straight ahead. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes to get there.
その前に休憩
Are we repeating the same one? We're not even like going to different places? Let's take a break. Oh, let's take a break first. Daru has used up the last of his strength. While still on his bike, he rests his body against the guardrail, separating us from the road. I turn and pull up next to Daru's bike.
そのままの格好で
It's not I swallow my words. Thoughts too dark to be my own suddenly slip into mind. What will happen if I don't pull Daru back? Will the truck catch on Daru's fat? Will it send him flying like a ragdoll? Will it take off his head? Will blood spray from the stump like a crimson fountain? Jesus. Will the girl scream? I wonder. Let's find out. Okay, this is some Zero Escape shit. Straight up, this is some Zero Escape shit. What difference does it make if Daru dies? I can just time leap again, can't I? Ooh. He's repeating the same event over and over and over. Is he starting to have some thoughts of kind of not caring? Since he can just repeat it all again? Like this whole... I feel like on some level, this is what can happen in Zero Escape. After a point, once you believe in the time jump, in the parallel jumping, in the whatever, you realize that it kind of doesn't matter if someone dies. You can fix it in another world, another time. If you can fix it, then you don't worry about it too much. You can let things happen. You can even kill. Same thing in like the movie Hypercube. Like that, the detective, like he went into the cube. He went looking for a missing person. The parents hired him to find their daughter. To which, at some point, when they all realize what the Hypercube is about and whatnot, he starts murdering the daughter over and over, collecting her work badge, like prizes, like trophies. I mean, what does it matter? If he ever finds his way out, he can save the last one, right? So he just keeps murdering her every time he sees her. Not just her, but like all the people. Go back to the start of the loop, and Daru will be as good as new. Besides, everyone needs a little spice in their life. Bro, I was gonna say, if he keeps repeating the exact same events, isn't he eventually gonna get kind of bored? For these 2 days, I am God. I choose who lives and who... Whoa! The sound of a horn blasts my eardrums. Daru jerks back from the guardrail. A split second later, the truck howls past. Daru loses his balance and falls on his butt. That was close.
ちょっと大丈夫
Hey, are you okay?
怪我はない
Are you hurt? Kurisu and Suzuha get off their bicycles and help Daru up.
That truck was mean.
ひどいよ
The truck has already crossed the intersection after the bridge. We watch it drive away.
ビビった
Man, what a shock.
つうかなんなん
What was with that guy? Crazy drivers. Should have checked the number. Then I could be like reported.
事故が起きたわけじゃないし
Nothing actually
通報したの
happened.
無意味でしょ
so there's not much point in reporting it. Everyone's fussing over Daru. I stand a few steps away, staring at my hands. I'm glad it ended as something to laugh about. But what was I thinking just now? I began this loop so that no one would be hurt. So that Mayuri would live, and Suzuha would never go back in time. Yet just now, I was ready to watch Daru die. Some part of me wanted it to happen.
Okabe Rintaro?
Okabe Rintaro? I cower in reflex upon hearing my name. Suzuha is staring at me. There are questions in her eyes. She can't have heard my dark thoughts just now. And yet, I feel like she can see right through me.
顔色悪いよ。
You look pale.
ちょ、オカリン。
What's wrong, Okarin? I'm the one who should be shaking.
あ
Right.
あ、何しろ
I was just imagining what would happen if I lost my super heka.
我がラボは
The lab can't survive without you. I use a purposefully extravagant tone to cover up my guilty thoughts and start pedaling.
休憩は終わりだ
Break's over. Let's go. One moment. Do-do-do. Okay. I am this world's observer. Nothing can escape my subjectivity. Everything and everyone exists as I will it. Okay, Hyoin. Mayuri. Karisu. Daru. Even Suzuha. Here, we can live in peace and harmony. None of us need ever face death. You just tried to kill someone. You're talking about being in control of their lives. A 48-hour eternity. I am the creator of this paradise. And so, I know. Oop. Wasn't muted, my bad. Tomorrow will be another wonderful day. Holy Land, I have returned. Daru, his vigor restored, greets Big Sight with his arms spread wide.
人がいない時に
Wow,
来るのって
I've never seen it this
初
empty.
めてだよ。
こんなに広かったのね。
Look at all that space.
なのに
It's hard to believe they filled this whole area during Kamima.
ありえない。
In the emptiness, it's easy to see how truly majestic Big Sight is. At Kamima, when you're wading through a sea of people, it's just another big building. See, I don't think it helps that you're also trying to think the same thoughts over and over and over.
ねえねえ。
Hey, Mayushi's hungry.
近くにファミレスあるべ。
Isn't there a restaurant nearby?
そこで一休み
Let's take a break.
しようよ。
帰りも同じ距離を走らな
I
いと
can't believe we have to
いけない
bike
のに
all the way back.
そ
What a
れは
nightmare.
まだ別だ
The three of them go searching for the family restaurant. Suzuha is still gazing at Big Sight. My eyes roam her body. Those tight legs. That slender body. Where are you going with this? Her clothes accentuate all her fine curves. I mean, yes, she is waifu. So stop that. Okay. Her breasts are surprisingly large. Something stirs in my heart. Hot and heavy, like thick lava. It whispers me words like poison. What if what? What if you sleep with her? Okay, no, no. What if I lure her into a dark corner and have my way with her? What then? No, you know you care about them. Don't. Okay, he's going insane. Repeating this over and over. Insanity is starting to hit, but please. Getting her alone would be simple enough. See, again, he's thinking, well, it's all going to be repeated. This will have never happened. This hurt won't exist, but please stop that. All I have to do is offer information on her father, and she'll follow me anywhere. Also, you do remember what she did to those big, bulky guys with guns, right? She'll kick your ass. To make matters easier, no Amane Suzuha exists in present-day Japan. No documents proving Japanese citizenship. Not even a birth certificate. Okay, please stop. It's only natural. She won't be born for another 7 years. So even if she runs to the police, nobody will believe a word she says. I imagine she'll put up a fight. Yes, she'll kick your ass. She was a member of the resistance in her time, and I know she's stronger than she looks. But she's still just a girl. May take some doing, but I'll have my way with her in the end. No, you will not. Another me. Hyoen Kiyoma, perhaps, is whispering inside my head. Please stop. You want a woman, don't you? It says. Of course you do. It's instinct. So what if she's Daru's daughter? So what if she's on a mission to save the future? Forget about that. She's a fine woman. That's all. You're not a saint, Okabe Rentaru. Yes, you are. Well, you're close to one. You're a really nice guy. You care about everyone. You try not to if you keep distance, but once that distance closes even a little bit, you care. You know you care. Do not let the insanity drive you. Don't fall to madness, please. What was it you call yourself again? That's right. An insane mad scientist. This is literally Soul Eater right now. If you're really insane, then let's see you snap. Remember, you have the power of a god. How much am I committing to this? Because I am on YouTube as well. You can have your way with her, and then undo it with the time leap machine. And hey, while you're at it, why not taste the same girl's virginity over and over again? Wouldn't that be something? All those virgins only freaks would kill to be you. Hell, why stop at having your way? Think of what else you can do with the time leap machine. Murder, steal, kidnap, destroy. Is that the best you can do, Okabe Rentaru? Is that really all the evil in your heart? Well, I guess we're only human after all. Think about it, Okabe Rentaru. Sure, you wanted this loop, but repeat the same 2 days forever? Sounds like torture to me. So he's broken himself. Maybe it's time to stop repeating these days, then? Maybe? Aren't you tired of it already? These 2 days should be your paradise. Forget about petty laws and morals. I feel like in some way he's thinking all this just so he can be like, you know what? Yeah, that's enough. Let's stop. Let's stop this time loop. Like he's trying to think, save them, keep them safe. I guess he has to think like a monster in order to push the keep them safe away so that he can break this all together. I hope. That's what I'm hoping. That's what this is. You're a hunter. Taboos mean nothing to you. Hunt your prey and eat your fill. The voice is right. No, it's not. I am the observer. I am God. I can do anything. I feel like as soon as he tries, it would scare the hell out of himself. As soon as he sees one of them die, that isn't Mayuri, it would probably scare him. Because I feel like he is used to Mayuri's death. Do her. Kill her. Have your way with her. No one can judge me in this closed loop of time. Except yourself. You know it's wrong. Forget your morals. Trust your primal urges. Follow your instincts. That's right. Hesitate. Second thoughts. I cover my ears and avert my eyes from Suzuha. Zzz, 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 zzz. My ears are ringing. Someone is trying to crush my soul, projecting thoughts not my own onto the screen of my heart.
岡部倫太郎
Okabe Rentaru? Suddenly, Suzuha grabs me by the shoulders and peers into my face. The warmth from her hands makes the buzzing grow louder.
やっぱ具合悪いんじゃない休む
You really are sick, aren't you? Want to sit down? I'm afraid to look at Suzuha with these dark feelings clogging my mind. I shake her off and flee towards Big Sight.
岡部倫太郎どこ行くの
Okabe Rentaru, where are you going? I need to get away from Suzuha. If I don't, I might give in to the urge. I don't know how far you can follow through with it, but I am worried about you attempting and scarring her. Even if you do go back and... Actually, I don't know if you thought that through. You kind of... Because you need Karisu to finish the time leap machine. What stops Suzu from telling them? No way they would help you at that point. But you need to time leap. Now, technically, it's part of the loop, right? Because there's that thing where Mayuri always dies, and he always, no matter what, makes it back to the time leap machine. So it feels like it needs to always be completed so he can get to it, but still... I don't know if he's thinking this through. Oi, Sato. I am so glad you came after all that. Hey, Sato. Sato Potato? No. Yeah. For a second there, I thought I accidentally put the other O that's not in your name. Me can't hear much because of me running errands, but hey, good luck. I stare at my hands. Clench. Open. Clench. Open. Repeat. Repeat. My hands still move. Just as I expect them to. Oh. One moment. Thank you for your daily check-in. But those dark impulses, the devil's whispers, how can I explain those? What the hell was that? What's happening to me? I start to tremble. My teeth chatter. The sun's hot enough to burn my skin, but I feel cold. I'm afraid of myself. I'm still okay, aren't I? I am Hyoen Kiyoma, Okabe Rentaru, the insane mad scientist with a fetish for science and chaos. No, you are not. See? I still know who I am.
まだってなんだよ。
Still? What is that supposed to mean? Will I eventually lose control of myself? Am I going to break? So he's degrading his personality, his consciousness, his mind, deteriorating little by little. Like a Mobius strip. The same 2 days go round and round, and round and round and round and round and round and round. But today, I failed to keep them the same. So maybe just stop. Maybe it's enough. My feelings became twisted. Today, on Harumi Bridge, I didn't just hesitate to save Daru. I nearly yielded to my dark emotions. Dark emotions. Dark impulses. Yeah, as long as you're still conscious of this fact, maybe stop. Emotions seeping with venom. I listened to their poisonous, disgusting whispers. And I was almost drawn in. There's no denying it. Worse, that was but a taste of what might lurk inside my heart. If those emotions attack me again, this time crashing over me like a tsunami, will I be able to control myself? If you keep deteriorating your personality and conscience more and more, then what I said before about you freaking out and stopping and not going through with it might not be a thing. Mayuri, Kurisu, Daru, Suzuha. Will I be able to keep myself from hurting them, no matter what? Will I be able to keep everyone safe in this loop I made for Mayuri and Suzuha's sake? Do I really have such strength? I don't know. That answer is hardly reassuring. I mean, the fact that the dark thoughts are trying to give way means that you do not. But for now, it's the only answer I've got. No, you let this answer go. This endless loop is the world I wish for. I can only protect this world. Only I can protect this world. I pray that those impulses were just a fluke. They're not. That they'll never resurface again. They will. I ask only that tomorrow be peaceful. The wind caresses my cheek. I push down on the pedals and begin the ascent up Harumi Bridge. The spokes revolve rhythmically, reflecting the sunlight. Sweat oozes out of every pore, but it's not unpleasant. It feels good, healthy, like running around the school field as a child.
The weather's so nice.
Why
did I have to come along? Same. Here. Phew. The wind's too strong. You're a little chubby, Daru-kun. I think you need to exercise more. A fat neckbeard master race. Leading the way at a terrific pace is Suzuha on her trusty mountain bike. What a view! From here, you can see across Tokyo Bay, all the way to Rainbow Bridge in the distance. Except for Suzuha, we're all using rent-a-cycles. I wanted to change the pace from the search for the unfindable pin, so I proposed this cycling expedition. I thought this trip would be a waste of time at first, but I guess people need to take a break once in a while, huh? I'd rather be working on the time leap machine. This just proves that I belong indoors. You two are all worn out. Come on, guys. Stamina is the key to survival. Kurisu and Daru are exhausted, while Suzuha and Mayuri are still going strong. I already know the distance between Akiba and Ariake, so I'm able to pace myself in order to conserve energy. What? Water. Where's a vending machine? I could kill for a glass of water. Then do it. Huh? Everyone turns to look at me. Do it. Kill someone. What? Why are you so serious, man? Come on. What are you waiting for? If you want to do it, then do it. Hey, Okabe, what's gotten into you? Ocarine, you shouldn't say things like that.
Suzu, I think you know what's going on. Please help me.
つうか、オカリンなんで切れてんの？
What's up with you, man?
別に
Nothing.
コンビニが橋を2つ渡
There's
っ
a
た先に
convenience store once we pass 2 bridges.
そこまで
Tough
文
it
句
out.
言わずに耐えろ。
げ、そうなん。
Yeah,
意外と
really?
距離あるな。
That's further than I thought. Hundreds of days have passed since this began. Maybe thousands. How many cycles has it been? I've repeated this loop so many times that I've grown tired of keeping track. I can barely remember the reason I started. The days go by, like tearing pages from a calendar. Everyone says the same things. Everyone responds in the same way. I've noticed my biorhythms seem a bit off, but aside from that, every day is the same. Maybe you should have done different things every day? Visit different sites all the time? Play board games? Do other stuff? Same. 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 Yes. Subtle deviations occur. But it's all within acceptable limits. In the end, the result is always the same. Everything that happens is insignificant, meaningless, pointless. I'm the only one still living in this loop. Everyone else is just being kept alive. By me. We're just spinning our wheels in a dead world. My soul died some cycles back. I don't remember. This isn't life. Mayuri's death. Oeka's raid. Suzuha's time travel. I may have cared about those things once. Not anymore. When did I stop caring? When did I become a machine, looping and looping for all eternity? Nothing matters. When these 2 days are over, I'll start again. Everything will be reset. I will reset it myself. Then I guess it's pointless to worry. Ridiculous. How many times have I repeated this loop? My senses have gone dull. It's getting harder to respond to the things I see and hear. I feel detached, like I'm isolated inside a thin membrane. And I've already gotten used to it. I don't find it inconvenient anymore. I simply adapted. I simply optimized. To this far too narrow world. To this far too gentle world. Why shouldn't I adapt? This is my world.
僕はサイクリングをやめるぞ。
I quit cycling. Daro has used up the last of his strength. While still on his bike, he rests his body against the guardrail separating us from the road. I stopped my bicycle and watched impassively.
うわ
Whoa! The horn blares. Daro jerks away from the rail. A split second later, the truck howls past. So close. Daro loses his balance and falls on his butt.
あ、あ、
え
危ない。
That was close.
ちょっと大丈夫？
Hey, are you okay?
怪我はない？
Are you hurt? Kurisu and Suzuha get off their bicycles and help Daru up.
今の
That truck was mean.
ひどいよ。
The truck has already crossed the intersection right off the bridge. We watch it drive away.
はあ、ビビった。
Man,
つうか、
What a shock.
なんだあのトラック。
who was with that guy?
ふざけんなよ。
Crazy drivers.
ナンバー見とけばよかった。
I should have checked that
そ
number.
したら通報し
Then
ま
I
し
could have
た
been like,
できるの
reported.
に。
通報しろよ。
So report him. The truck's number smoothly rolls off my tongue. I've seen it so many times, it's like a brand on my brain.
教えたぞ。
There. Now you know.
通報しろ。
Report him. I hold my phone out.
オカリン、 僕なんか恨みあんの？
Did I do something, Okarin?
お前が通報したいという
You said you wanted to report him,
通報する
so I'm giving you the opportunity. My tone is flat. I'm just saying whatever comes to mind. For the shits and giggles. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
確かに橋田のだらけた態度は良くないけど
I agree that Hashida could be a little less lazy. But you're going way too far, Okabe.
仕切るな委員長キャラ
Shut up, you class rep wannabe.
何よ
What?
喧嘩は良くないよ。
Fighting, guys.
ダル君は無事だったんだし
Daru-kun's okay, so let's be happy, okay?
めでたしだよ。
I ignore my ear and shove my phone at Daru.
通報しないのか
You're not going to report him?
まあ
W-
今回のところは
Well,
これで
I
勘弁
I
して
guess I'll let him
や
off the
る
hook this
つうこと
time.
で
I sigh and put away my phone. Help me, Suzu, please. Please help me. Suzuha is staring at me again. She looks like she wants to say something. But who cares what she thinks? I feel nothing. The tired Kurisu, the re-energized Daru, and the ever-energetic Mayuri repeat the same conversation I've seen hundreds of times. And then they go search for the restaurant. I turn my back to them and walk towards the ocean. But Suzuha stands in front of me, blocking my way. Her eyes bore into mine. Sorry, Dion. I try to pass without saying anything. But she cuts me off. I see the sincere concern in her eyes, but it can no longer sway my heart. Not even a little.
あのさ、
Hey,
あるテレビ
wasn't there a movie about a guy who gets trapped in some kind of time loop?
そこで時間の連鎖に絡め取られちゃうって映画なかったっけ？
What the hell is she talking about?
恋はデジャビューだったかな。私にとってはすごく古い映画なんだ
Groundhog
け
Day,
ど
right? It was like 100 years old when I saw it.
私がいた2036
The movies in my time are all boring.
セルンの
SERN propaganda, you know? So we watch old movies instead.
これもつま恋はデジャビューもそのうち
Like Groundhog Day.
知らないな
Never heard of it.
あの映画私
It
は
was
納
pretty
得いってないんだよ
unsatisfying.
ね
I was trying to brush her off, but Suzuha keeps talking.
だって主
I
人
mean,
公が特
the
に
loop
何か
ends
した
without
わ
the
けで
hero
もない
really
んですよ
doing anything. Like, he becomes a good person and suddenly, happy ending.
でなんかいまいちな脚本だった。
Kinda dumb.
今の君、
You're trapped in a loop too, aren't you?
今の私たち
All of us are.
なんとか言いなよ。岡部倫太郎、
Say something. Okabe Rintaro.
君はこの世界を
You've been here before, haven't you?
そうでしょ？
Her gaze seems to pierce through everything. I find myself blinking involuntarily. Then my eyes drop to my feet.
何が
What?
言いたい
What are you talking about? A hoarse voice leaks from the back of my throat. It doesn't sound like my own.
私はこのビッグサイトを今初めて見た。
I saw Big Sight for the first time today,
私がビッグサイトを
but this isn't the
見た
first time I've seen it.
これが初めてじゃない。
I feel my heart skip a beat. Maybe I'm just overthinking it.
言葉遊びか
Word games?
私たちは前にもここに来たんでしょ？
We've come here before, haven't we?
君は何度も
You've
今
experienced
日という
today
日を
multiple
経験して
times,
るんでしょ？
haven't you?
一体何度目
How
の
many times?
答えて。
Answer me! Suddenly, Suzuha seizes my arm.
今の君さ、死んだような
You
目を
have
して
the
る。
eyes of a dead man.
わかるんだ。
I know those eyes. They're everywhere you look in my time.
2036年の人たちと同じだから。
I think mine are worse.
岡部倫太郎、私を見て。
Look at me, Okabe
も
Rentaru.
う殺さないで。
Don't kill your soul. Slowly, feelings rise. From the depths of my heart. Like an oiled machine grinding back to life. Thank God.
マキセ・クリスが完成させた。完成させる
Like I
予
say,
定の
Karisu, soon to be completed time leap machine. You've been using it to repeat the past, haven't
君
you?
は何度もこの時間をループしてる。そうだよ。
Since that was at the beginning, can you say that? Actually, hang on. No, that's not what I wanted.
よね。
You've been using it to repeat the past, haven't you? And
だから
Then back loop. Backlog.
マキセ・クリスが完成させた。マキセ・クリスがマキセ・クリスが完成させた。
She says it with an accent I can't repeat, so Makase was good enough. So Okabe, Makase, okay. So it's like Bay, say. So I wonder if it's like K with the KE. So Ikebu Kuro? Ikebu Kuro? Like that?
What if I have?
なんでこんなことを。
Why are you doing this?
さあ
Who knows?
なも
The reason no longer matters.
うそう
君は何から逃げてるの？
What are you running from?
そ
Running?
う確かに
Yeah.
逃げている
I'm running.
逃げ込んだマユリを殺させないために
I wonder, what if we do a time leap and ask Mr. Braun for the letter? He's supposed to deliver it on the exact date, but what if we ask for the letter from him and get him to give it to us and then give it to Suzu and let her travel back to the past with it? Because there's no way we can fix the time machine perfectly, right? So what if we just gave her that letter in the hopes, or actually not even that. Actually, no, not even that. What if we gave her a letter that tells her who she is? Like, have her write it down. Would she believe it, though?
Running from Mayuri's death.
それは私が1975年へ飛べば
That's why I'm going to 1975. I'll bring you the IBN 5100, and then you can...
いいや
No. You
お前
fail.
は失敗する
What?
そして
And then, after 25 lonely,
25
meaningless
年を過ご
years,
した挙句
you hang yourself.
何を。
What? But
だから俺は
that's
こ
why
のループ
I'm
に
hiding
逃げ込
in
んだ
this loop. So that neither you nor Mayuri will die.
マユリもお前も
That's it.
死なせないために
That was the reason. I entered this loop resolved to save them. But my resolve has long since turned to dust.
この2日間を繰り返してさえいれば何も変わらず誰も死なない
Hang on, I am doing something real quick. Where is it? There it is. Okay.
As long as I repeat these 2 days, nothing changes. Nobody dies.
俺はその繰り返しを受け
I've accepted that duty to keep everyone alive.
それは
Meanwhile, you're thinking about letting them die. That's only from your perspective.
世界は君に関係なく
The world continues into the future independent of you. No matter how many thousands of loops you make,
何千
Shina Mayuri will still
何万
die.
回ループさせたって根本的解決にはならない。
It's not a solution.
俺は別に
Yeah. My lips twist into a self-deriding smile.
根本的解決をしよう
But I'm not
なんて思わ
looking
ない
for a solution.
い つまでもこのループを続けるつもり？
Do you intend to keep looping forever? What happens if we try to... Can we even try to kill ourselves?
そうだ。
Yes. I've accepted
それを
that
受け入
duty.
れた。
何が受け入れたなの？自分が
You
おかしくな
haven't
り始
accepted
めてること
anything.
に気づいてない
Can't you see how it's twisted you?
おかしくなったとしても
No matter what happens to me, this world will
世界は
continue.
続く。
The loop will continue. No matter what
二日間のルー
happens,
プは続
the
く。
loop will not end.
時間の止まった世界でこの
How
まま
long
生きて
can
い
you
くこと
endure
に
living
耐えられ
frozen
る
in time?
君はこの輪を
You can't keep this
永
up
遠
forever,
に
you
終わら
know.
せることはできないんだよ。肉体的には死ぬことはな
Your
い。
body may never die,
でも
but look at yourself, Okabe
りん
Rintaro.
たろう、
Your soul is already hanging by a
君
thread.
の心は死ぬ。
だって、
But
しょうが
what
ない
else can I
だろ
do?
う。俺には
I don't have it in me to sacrifice anyone.
誰かを無慈悲に犠牲にする覚悟なんて。
Not permanently, but maybe sacrifice them before I loop. I can, apparently.
マユリも
You,
鈴葉も
Mayuri, you're my
仲
friends.
間だ。
I can't lose either of you.
どちらも失う。
Suzuha hangs her head with a sorrowful expression. Is the interrogation over? I try to end the conversation by walking towards the sea again. But she grabs my hand to stop me.
まだ何か
You have more to say?
あるのか。
私は首をつって
Do I really hang myself?
ああ、
Yeah.
IBN5100 を手に入れるのを失
Do I
敗
really
する
fail
の
my mission?
あ
Yeah. Suzuha bites her lip and hangs her head. Maybe I shouldn't have told her the truth. But it doesn't really matter. If I time leap again, this conversation will never have happened.
ねえ岡部倫太郎、
In that case... Okay, she said my name, but it's not here in the sentence.
だったら
Oh, here it
一緒
is.
に行く？
Will you come with me, Okabe Rintaro?
何
What?
一緒に行くかって聞いたの。
Will you come with me? To
1975
1975.
年へ。
Yes. Will we be able to remember because of reading Steiner? That's the last thing I expected to hear. Go with her? To 1975.
俺が行って
What will happen if I
どう
go?
なる？
Suzuha grasped my hand tightly.
私が失敗しないように助けてもら
You
う。
can help me so that I don't fail.
あるいは
And
未来を
maybe
変えるための
we can find another way to change the future.
できるのか。
Is that possible? My heart beats. My eyes open. Color returns to the world. Hope? We have hope again?
世界線はもしかするととん
The
でもない
world
方
line
向へ
might shift in
分
a
岐するかも
completely
しれない。
unanticipated direction.
あるいは
What you know as the present may change dramatically. Maybe it'll reach 1%. Maybe it'll be enough to get to the beta.
みんながラボメンとして
The
君の
future
仲
gadget
間
lab
にな
might
る
not
かどうか
exist in the
もわからな
future
く
we
なる
make.
し、そもそも
Shina Mayuri, Hashida Itaru, and Makise Hirisu might not even be born.
生まれたとしても
Even if they are
違う
born,
名前を付け
they
られ
might be
るかも
different
しれ
people
な
with
い。
different names.
でも1975年なら
But if we go to 1975, we'll have 35 years before we reach the 2010 divergence.
35年もある。どうやればいいのかわからないけど
I don't know how we'll change the world line, but we'll have plenty of time to prepare.
それでもいいなら
If you're okay with all that, then why not come with me?
うん本音は
To tell the truth, I want someone to come with
誰
me.
かに一緒に来てほしいんだ。
It's not fair. Why couldn't it have been me? Someone. In other words, doesn't have to be me.
私は失敗すると分かっているのに飛ぶのは嫌だよ。
I don't want to go knowing I'll
それこそ
fail.
犬死にだもん。
I don't want my death to be meaningless.
だから
So come
一
with
緒に
me.
来て。
Save me.
それに今
I
の
want
君を
to
見
save
て
you
られ
too.
ない。
I can't bear to see you like this.
君をこのループから助け、このループを続けて心が擦り切れる
Will
の
you
を待つ。
continue this loop until your soul is ground to
それ
nothing?
は来るはずのない
Once
終
that
わりで
happens, time will start
そ
moving
の
again,
終わりが来ればさ、
and the ending you've been
また時間
postponing
が
will
動き出す
occur.
んだよ。君の心が完全に死んだ時、
When your soul finally dies,
椎名真由里は
Shina Mayuri will die
予定
too.
通りに死ぬ。
I will fail and hang myself,
私は予定通り
all
に
according to the
失敗し
schedule.
君は
What you're doing is nothing but slow suicide.
そんなことするぐらいなら
If you're willing to go that
一緒に
far,
来て。
then come with me instead.
私を
Save me.
俺は
The hands of my clock stopped ticking long ago. You can fix a watch. As long as it's not too far gone.
俺は
Now, slowly, they begin to move forward.
行くよ。
I'll go.
お前と一緒に
I'll go with you.
行く。
Please. Take me with you.
連れて行って。
サンキュ
Thank you.
ー。ごめん。ずっと気づいてあげられなくて。
I'm sorry. I should have noticed sooner. You kinda did, but... Suzuha gently embraces me, as if to warm my frozen heart. The wind blows. The clouds flow and change shape. Sunset. The sky is so terribly orange. The color of dawn. The color of dusk. The color of the world's end. The color of the world's beginning. While Daru was repairing the time machine, I let my mind rest. I avoided all contact, slept like a log, and tried to piece my soul back together. On the afternoon of the 13th, I received word that the repairs are complete. I sent an email calling all members to a meeting. Then, as everyone else gathers at the lab, I head to Radikan alone. Suzuha is waiting there, standing before the time machine with glistening eyes. Wait, are you not... So everyone doesn't get to see her off? She gives me one last warning.
何度も言うようだけどさ。
Remember,
タイム
this time
マ
machine
シンは
only goes
一方
one
通行
way.
なんだ。
Once we leave, there's no coming back.
戻ってくる。それでも一緒に行ってくれる？
So, is there a way for me to be the John Titor of 2000? Even so, will you still come with me? I slowly nod.
お前こそ
And you? Are you sure about this?
おそらく
There's a good chance we'll both lose our memories during the leap.
タイムトラベル後の
私が記憶を取り戻したのは
You said it took me 24 years to remember,
24年後。でも
but this time,
今回は
I
希望
have you.
が
Something might change.
何かが変わるかもしれない。
希望的観測だ。
Wishful thinking.
じゃあ降りる？
Does that mean you're backing out?
私は
I'm going,
降りない。
no matter what.
も
No. I've made
う
up
覚
my
悟が
mind.
できている。
I don't know how it will turn out. We're certainly at a disadvantage. But still, I never thought I'd be so thankful to not know what's coming next. It's so stimulating. It sends shivers down my spine. I feel like I'm actually here.
みんなにはなんて説明
Did you
したの？
tell everyone?
別れは
I
告げてきた。
bid them farewell. Mayuri, Daru, Kurisu. I left them each a handwritten letter. The lab is probably chaos by now. I also mailed letters to my parents and my friends at school, telling them to not look for me. My parents will probably be sad, but this time, I'm not running away. I want to believe I'm not running away.
なんかさ、
You know, Suzuha stands next to me, looking at the time machine. She finally smiles, though her eyes still shine with unshed tears.
駆け落ちするみたいだね。
It's kind of like we're eloping. See, he talked about having his way with her. I feel like you have the chance to just ask.
後ろめたいことは何もない。
There's nothing to feel guilty about.
むしろ俺は
In fact,
鈴葉に感謝している。
I want to thank you, Suzuha.
お
You
前が
hadn't
誘ってくれ
invited
な
me.
かったら
I'd still be in the loop,
俺は今
living like a
あの輪の
corpse.
中で。ありがとう。
So thank you, Suzuha.
これから一緒に
Let's fight to change the future.
未来を変えるために
Together. Yeah. We clasp our hands. Suzuha's grip is so strong it kind of hurts. But that pain tells me I'm alive. Nobody sends us off. Nobody could. This is a one-way trip through time. Once we go, there's no coming back. 1975. It's before I was even born. We're headed for the past. No. For a future that has yet to be written. Not the world line Suzuha left, nor the world line she desired. We are reaching for an entirely new future. Our eyes meet. Our hands clasp tightly.
行こう。
Let's go.
あ
Yeah. The time has come for us to depart. Our mission, to change 35 years of history. We boldly lift our heads, ready to challenge fate. I don't know that it'll be that easy. Together. Oh, wow. It looks like I got one of the endings. The Suzuha ending. The waifu ending. Interesting. Thank you for the clap. So, how far back am I going to have to go to try to change things? Having this as my first ending is pretty acceptable, since it's Suzu. Not so much? Okay, good. I might need some guidance. I think at this point I can't accept some guidance. Although I'll wait to see what happens at the end of the credits, I guess. If you want, I can tell you a hint. Alright. I accept that. Better than looking it up, honestly. When you need to choose to send the D-mail. And Rentaro keeps talking. Right, he kept talking and I called, didn't I? You can choose to send it. When you need to choose to send it, you can choose to send it. Reach Suzuha's ending. Cleared someone's mail without reading it. Wait, what? Wait, what? If don't, then you don't choose it. Irreversible reboot completed. An irreversible reboot. That we don't get to see how it goes was added to the extra menu. Cool. Cool. When you need to choose the D-mail,
Rentaro keeps talking. You can choose to send it. If you don't, then you don't choose it. The D-mail. In this last chapter? The wait. Can I, no, go back up. Quick load. Okay, that's not right. Well, I'm gonna have to go here, I think. Wait. Oh, is this why I thought I was in... I've been saying I was in Chapter 8. I'm not in Chapter 8. I think I said that because I saw the numbers. These are just the numbers of the saves. I got confused at some point. It's like the typical two choices of a visual novel, but in this case, it's send or do nothing. Yeah. Yes. So I gotta get to the D-mail.
オカリンここでき
Ooh, be careful.
あのマシンは過去にしか飛べないらしいん
I
だ
feel like it'll end up accidentally skipping through, won't it?
この時代に来ることができてっていうかいつの間にか
Careful.
ほんのちょっとでも
Okay, let's skip through this. My phone vibrates. I quickly take it out and open it. The mail's from Suzuha. Oh, wait. When you need to choose to send the email. Isn't this the one... Ooh, careful. Careful.
失敗しそうよ
Okay, speed to the
Whatever.
Mr. Braun. Okay, careful.
岡部どうするつもり
なんとかしなければならない。
岡部
Okay, I understand now.
オカリン無茶はダメだよ
No? Oh, wait, no. Sorry, female, sorry. Oh, yeah, this. Actually, no. Isn't it this? Or not yet? Oh, this one. Hydrate? Okay, one moment. So it's because I saved it. Wait, I saved it.
お前は
Oh, I needed the date. I gotta get the date first.
4日前。8
Okay, now I got the date.
E メールを送るの。でもそうしたら全部消えちゃうんだよ。
Now? No, not now. Now. There we go.
I start up the microwave. The discharge begins immediately. I place my thumb on the send button. Are you sure? Mayuri's voice is choked with tears.
Oh, I shall hydrate. Thank you, Sato.
消えちゃうんだよ。本当にそれでいいの？
Don't know if she can hear me, but thank you, Sato.
Our memories of Suzu-san will disappear. Is that really okay?
Yes. Memories flash through my head.
ほんのちょっとの間でも
Being with you guys, even for just a little while, was great.
Too late now. I've already done the
お父さ
thing.
んのやろうとしていたこと
I'm going to finish what you started, Dad. I promise.
絶対やり遂げるから。それじゃ
Well,
35年後
see you in
に会いましょう。
35 years, though I guess it'll only be a few hours for you guys.
数時間後かお願い
Change the future,
未来を
please.
変えてほしい。
You know what? That last part. She asked us to change the future, so that's what I'm doing. Suzuha, I've made my choice. I won't ask for your forgiveness. Ultimately, I'm doing this to save Mayuri. But at the same time, the words you spoke on that rooftop are still strong in my heart. You entrusted to me your hope for the future. If I am to honor that wish and fulfill mine, then the time we spent together can never have happened. At least it did happen. Well, technically it didn't happen because this is back before all that, but you know what? At least it happened. Okay, now we made it to chapter 17. Or 17. 7. Made it to chapter 7. The world shatters into geometric shapes that expand and contrast like rubber toys. Light gathers between my eyes. Stars explode behind my eyelids. Gradually, color returns to the world. Ah! I wait for the vertigo to pass. Cold sweat oozes from my temples. Pressing my fists against them, I slowly force the air out of my lungs. Has the world line changed? I head to the lounge in order to check the divergence meter.
消えた
It's gone. I checked the meter a few minutes ago, just before the world line changed. Now it's nowhere to be found. We're gonna have to ask Suzu. Actually, no, she's gone. Never mind. We can't ask. Shoot. I quickly realize what has happened. Suzuha gave me the meter after we stopped her from leaving, and now she left. My D-mail undid those events. And right, the past us wouldn't ask her for the thing. Of course the meter isn't here. A surge of regret seizes my heart. I clench my teeth and endure it as best I can. If nobody else remembers, then I alone will keep these memories of Suzuha alive. Me too, man. Me too. I look around the room. Mayuri and Kurisu are on the sofa, dozing on each other's shoulders. Daru, oblivious to the vulnerable high school girls behind him, is playing an Aeroge, on his computer. I take a deep breath and turn on the TV. I flip to a news channel. The world line should have changed. I erased the time we spent with Suzuha. I should have allowed her to leap to 1975 without losing her memories. And the IBN 5100 should be in our hands now. Quote unquote, should be. But you can use it to hack into SERN and erase the data they intercepted from us. Without that information, Moeka's men won't attack the lab. Mayuri won't have to die.
That's how it should be. That's how it has to be. Otherwise, why did I sacrifice Suzuha's dream? The quickest way to confirm the change would be to check for any delays at Akihabara Station.
ダル
Daru,
山手線は止まっているか
what is the Yamanote line stopped?
いや
Huh?
止まってないんじゃね
I don't think so.
ネットで調べてくれ
Check online.
ちょ今いいところ
Wait,
なのに
I'm at the best part.
頼む
Please. Daru sighs and calls up train information.
やっぱ止まってないみたいだお
Doesn't look stopped.
ありがとう
Thanks. The world line has changed, which means that our IBN 5100 should be in the development room. That's a big if. That's a big should be. A questionable should be. I head back there to search for it. But contrary to my expectations, I can't find it anywhere. What's going on? I look at my watch. It's 7:43 p.m. Moeka's men attack at... what time again? Moeka. My heart is pounding like a drum. That D-mail was supposed to fix everything. The trains are moving as scheduled, which means that Moeka's men aren't about to attack. So why does it feel like nothing's fixed at all? The IBN 5100's absence is extremely disturbing. I want to sit down and think about where it could have gone, but a voice in my head is screaming that there's no time. I need to calm down. It's hard to think straight after everything that's happened. I check my watch again. 7:46 p.m. Images from the assault flash through my mind. Mayuri bleeding to death on the floor. The smell of gunpowder in the air. I frantically shake the visions out of my head. I look towards the lab entrance. The door has yet to be kicked in by a team of hitmen. I swallow hard, petrified with terror. Please, don't let anything happen. It's past 9. Oh? I peek at the street through the window. Nobody's there.
オカリン誰か待ってんのさっきからやたらしておきにして
Are you waiting for someone? You keep looking out the window. Daru's right. I've probably looked out the window 20 times in the past hour. Not a suspicious figure in sight. Moeka's men still haven't appeared. The raid was before 8, if I remember correctly. I think it's safe to say that my changes to the past have prevented it from occurring. Suzuha's sacrifice was not in vain. I let out a deep breath. I'm sweaty and disgusting. It's like my anxiety has pushed all the sweat out of my body.
マユリそれに
Mayuri, Kurisu. The two girls woke up from their nap about half an hour ago. Now they're eating cup noodles. What? Did you just say my name correctly?
普通に呼んだ
Kurisu looks at me in astonishment, like she can't believe her ears.
二人とも食事が終わったら帰るの
When you're done eating, go
もう
home.
遅いから
It's late,
送っていく
so I'll go with you.
そうする
Okie dokie!
別に岡部
I
なんか
don't
に
need
送
an
ってもらわ
escort
なく
from
て
you.
も一
I
人
can
で
get back
帰
by
れる
myself.
いいから
Just listen.
だが
Daru, you too.
支度しておけ
え僕も
Huh? Me too? The train lines running through Akihabara are operating normally. There's no bomb scare, and no sign of Moeka or her men. Kurisu's taking the Sobu line to the next station. Ochano Mizu. Daru is going the opposite way, to Koiwa. Mayuri and I are taking the Yamanote line to
Ikebukuro, so we part at the station's ticket gate. There are surprisingly few passengers on the train. I guess most of the salarymen are off for the Oban holiday. Mayuri is playing a handheld game. That Rainet Kakeru action RPG. On the screen, her character is battling a gigantic Upa. I stand beside her and gaze at her profile, lost in thought. It's the night of the 13th, and Mayuri's still alive. How many times have I watched her die? How many times have I tasted that despair? No matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't save this ditzy childhood friend of mine from death. She died again and again, right before my eyes. But now she's alive, standing beside me, playing a game. Good job, Rintaro. You did it. We lost waifu, though, but you did it. We lost both waifus, because do we even know Kiryu now at this point? This is why I sacrificed our memories with Suzuha. It was the only way. I'm sorry, Suzuha. And thank you. Suzuha no longer exists in this time. But I hope my feelings will reach her all the same. Actually, come to think of it, why can't I tell her in person? Where in Akiba could the 50-year-old Suzuha be? I'll try asking Tennoji tomorrow. He probably knows Suzuha on this world line too. Maybe? I wonder if Suzuha remembers me. Hey, Ocarine! Mayuri suddenly lifts her head. She looks at me hesitant. Her cheeks are slightly pink.
なんだ
What?
なんだじゃないよ
Come on, Ocarine. Mayushi gets nervous when you stare at her like that.
ゲームオーバーにでもなったのか
Did I make you get a game over?
Yeah.
それは悪かっ
Sorry about that. I apologize, but keep looking at her. Instead of starting a new game, Mayuri looks at me with concern.
今日のオカリン
There's something different about you today, Ocarine.
R-
たそうか
really? It's because we're not a Chunin anymore. We're not Hyo and Kiyoma anymore. We did all that just for her, but we finally let it go.
どうかした
Yeah. What's wrong?
I remind myself that Mayuri is more perceptive than she seems. She proved that when she figured out that Daru was Suzuha's father. I don't want to worry her too much. I want Mayuri to smile her usual ditzy smile without a care in the world. After all, it's over now. She's safe. And nothing's wrong.
変わってはいない
And I wasn't looking at you just now.
お前の
I
顔を
was devising new ways to bring chaos to the world.
世界に心を戻すかを考えている
Oh god, not this again.
本当に
Really?
無理して
You
ない
seem kind of tired.
この狂気のマッドサイエンス
A mad scientist is never
無理なこ
tired.
となど一つもない
The mighty gray cells of my 170 IQ brain are always performing
完
calculations,
璧な計算を
day and
出
night.
しているのだからな
Oh.
でも
But you should still take a break every now and then. Please, Ocarine. For me.
そのことをね忘れないで
Having said that, Mayuri returns to her game. I feel cold stares all around me, but I don't care at all. Mayuri is here with me, doing everyday Mayuri things, ordinary things. Everything is going back to normal. Is it that easy though? Yesterday was my first time home in a while, so I slept like a log in my comfortable bed. It could be because of my mental exhaustion. That was my best night's sleep in a while. Before heading up to the lab, I stop and stare at the Braun Tube workshop. The familiar mountain bike is gone. Suzuha liked it so much, she insisted on bringing it with her to 1975. Woman. The workshop door opens and out comes Mr. Braun,
rubbing his eyes sleepily. So we say everyone else's name correctly, but we're still going to call him Mr. Braun, huh?
岡部おめえ随分暇そうだ
Okabe, you've got free time. How about a job?
今なら特別
As a
に
special offer,
月給ブラ
I'll
ン
hire you for 1
会に
CRT a month. 1 CRT a month? Can we have the big one? Can I forgo all that and have the big one? So for 1 month's work, I get an old television? Hell no.
鈴葉
When did Suzuha quit again?
鈴葉誰だそいつは
Suzuha? Who the hell's that? What? Was her existence erased completely? But that's impossible.
たった10日ばかりで辞めてくれ
I ain't got time to remember the name of some lazy part-timer who quit after just 10 days. Okay, damn you, old man. You had me concerned, because we're supposed to reach 1%, right? She said to reach 1%, but we're only at 0.4. I thought we needed to go to beta to even save my Yuri, but I guess not.
おのれ紛らわしい
Damn you and your misleading words. So Suzuha did work here. That fact, the evidence of Suzuha's sojourn in 2010, still remains on this world line.
せっかく俺が楽でいると思って
And I thought I finally had some help for a
嫌
change.
なんだ最近
That's what I hate about you damn kids.
根性
No
のそういう
dedication.
ところだぜ
If you only knew.
だせ面接の時に言ってた
I bet she lied about liking
嘘だった
CRTs.
んだろうよ
Got me good.
騙されちまった
That is true. Tenoji shrugs his shoulders, annoyed. Naturally, he doesn't know about Suzuha's true identity.
橋田鈴
Does the name Hashida Suzu ring a bell? At this, Tenoji's eyes go wide.
懐かしい名前だな
Haven't heard that name in a long
知り合い
time.
だったのか
You knew her? Does he not have the letter then? There's no letter this time? Eh? Knew her.
その人
So now, she's...
もうかれこれ10年になるか
It's been 10 years already, huh? 10 years? 10 years since what? Since your last reunion? No. I don't want to know the answer. Tenoji has a faraway look in his eyes, as if he's gazing into the past.
あの人には
I mean, he did smile. He's still smiling. She really helped me out. Why are you talking about her in past tense?
天涯孤独だったらしくてな
She didn't have any relatives. Not that I knew of.
見とこ
I wish I could have been with her at the end. At the end. There's only one thing that can mean. She moved to another country. Even though the world line changed, Suzuha didn't survive to the year 2010.
まあこう言っちゃなんだが
Ah, shit.
死に顔は男
Wait, what do you mean when you found her? Please tell me she... To tell you the truth, though, she looked peaceful when I found her.
穏やか
Peaceful? She... didn't commit suicide?
自殺
Suicide?
お前それ誰か
Who the hell told you that? Suzu-san was sick.
すずさんは病気
Don't believe any old thing you hear.
根も葉もねえ話を信じてんじゃね
A tractor field? She still has to die, but she had to die another way? She was sick. Right. 2000 also has... Yeah, a tractor field. 2010... Or no, 2000 also has an tractor field. Sickness killed her? I shouldn't feel good about that. I mean, better than suicide, I guess. But I guess you could say it's better than what happened before the world line changed, yeah. Oh, that's what I tell myself anyway. Same.
えでおめえとすずさんはどういう
So how did you know Suzu-san?
昔
She helped me out, too. A long time ago.
もう一度
I was hoping to see her again.
そうか
Yeah?
あの人が住んでた家は
I'm living in her old house now. Want to come pay your respects at the altar? Yes.
手を合わ
Yes,
せ
I
て
do.
くるか
I nod without a moment's hesitation. Tenoji closes up shop, and we head off towards his house. From Chuo-dori, we head towards the station. I scan the Akiba scenery as we walk. Moe's stores are still nowhere to be found on this world line. After a little hesitation, I look up at Radicon. It's gone. The satellite has vanished. All that's left is the hole it made when it arrived in this time.
例の人工衛星いつ消えたんでしたっけ
When did the satellite disappear?
ああ5日前ぐらいだったか
About 5 days ago?
世の中
You never know what's gonna happen, huh?
奇妙なことが起きるもんだな
Which means Suzuha left before it rained. Like Tenoji said, his house was closer than expected. We take the train to the next station, Okachi-machi, and then walk for about 5 minutes to a quiet residential area. Okachi-machi? This old one-story house is where Suzuha once lived. I walk up to the front of the house, and there I see a familiar sight. The bike? Suzuha's bicycle. For a moment, I can see her there, squatting beside the bicycle. But the mountain bike Suzuha rode to the Bronze Tube workshop was shiny and new. Now it's old and covered in rust.
その自転車は鈴さんがすっ
Suzuha-san loved that
大事
old
にしてた
thing.
んだよ晩年は
Even when she couldn't ride anymore, she'd still polish it every week.
それでも週に一度はフレームを磨いてた処分することもできな
It's been sitting there for 10 years.
結局10年も
I couldn't throw it
その
away.
ままだ
I've maintained it best I could,
できるだけ整備
but
は
I guess
してるんだ
nothing lasts forever.
さすがに錆が目立ってきてるな
I gently put my hand on the seat. It's warm from sitting out in the sun. I suppose that, for the few days Suzuha was in Akiba, his bicycle existed in 2 places at the same time. Yeah, I was wondering with that. Probably. The house isn't as messy inside as I expected, considering the state of the Bronze Tube workshop. I guess that chipmunk keeps the place clean. Or the father does, because he does have to take care of his little girl. Either way. Oh god, don't remember that. I actually forgot about that. A wave of nausea hits me as I recall what Nai did at Ochano Mizu Station. But I tell myself that was just an accident. Besides, that incident has already been undone. So please forget it. Tenoji Nai has done nothing wrong. If it's Okabe and Mikase, shouldn't it be Nei rather than Nai? I guess not. Next to the living room is a child's room. There's a child's study desk and a red backpack on the floor. Nai isn't here. Which reminds me, Tenoji's daughter visits the workshop often, but not once have I seen his wife. He couldn't have married Suzuha, could he? Huh? I mean, she should have been a lot older than him when they met. But as they say, love knows no bounds. I wonder what really happened. No, he said she had no relatives. Are you trying to imply that, what, Nai is his daughter? Or her daughter? I don't know how I'd feel if those two were married. That would make Daru Tenoji's father-in-law. Actually, that would be kind of interesting. I turned to the Buddhist altar to pay my respects to Suzuha. There's no picture of her, so there's no way to know what Hashida Suzu looked like at the age of 44. Is it supposed to be quiet? I make an offering of incense to her, then look around the house again. This is the house Suzuha lived in after leaping to 1975. Okay, good.
俺とすずさんは最初
When Suzu-san and I first
お隣
met,
さんだったんだ
we were neighbors. For some reason, Tenoji offers me a beer. When I decline, he shakes his head and starts drinking it himself. You got any Dr. P?
俺はヨーロッパ
I was born and raised in Europe, you know?
は
Huh?
それはギャグです
Is that a joke?
なんだよてめ
Got a problem?
え英語も
I'll have you know my English and French are perfect. He really doesn't look like someone who lived abroad. That's because you don't know enough. I guess you can't judge a book by its cover.
両親が死んで
My parents died about 15 years ago. That's when I came back to Japan. Or, I guess I should say I came to Japan for the first time.
この国について何にも知らねえ俺の面倒を見てくれたのが
Suzuha-san was living alone next door. She looked after me when I had nowhere else to turn. Alright, now's my chance. If I'm gonna ask, it's now or never.
結婚
And you got married? Oh, hey, Aruma. Welcome in. Thanks for your daily check-in. How are you today, Aruma? Huh? Married?
をすずさんと
To Suzu-san. That's a no. You high? Phew. Pretty phew, it's fine. I knew she'd never marry a guy like him. Just woke up. How are you? I'm doing good. Making some more progress with STEINS Gate. I actually did get an ending just recently. I got an ending with Suzuha, with our waifu. But I have now gone back in time and am now continuing the story. I knew she'd never marry a guy like him.
あの人は随分ストイックに
She was a pretty stoic lady. Didn't have much of a social
あ
life,
まりなかったみたいだけどな俺にはよくしてくれた
but she treated me well.
ここに越してきて
My house burned down about 1 year after I moved here. It was my smoking that caused the fire, so I deserved it. But still, did you kick the habit? You better have. After I had lost everything, she let me come live here with her. Well, thanks for your daily check-in, Dark. Oh, your first one. Dread. Oh,
それだけじゃね
that's not all.
工房のあるあの大檜山ビルな
The Hayama building, where the workshop's at.
持ち物だったんだ
That was originally Suzu-san's property. Didn't know that was a thing? Yeah, it's a thing. Because I like when people have a daily check-in. And if any streamer I follow that has a daily check-in, you can be sure I will always check in. Can't be sure I will always say hi, so you won't always know if I'm there. But if you have a daily check-in, then you'll always know I'm there. Eh?
それを格安で譲ってもらった
She sold it to me for cheap.
おかげで
It's thanks to her the Brawn 2 workshop exists.
構えることができたあの人は俺の恩人
You
だ
could say she saved my life.
ある時
Once, I asked her why she treated me so well.
ねえのにこんなに
It wasn't like we were related or anything. Oh, hydrate?
あの人は
I need a new bottle.
笑ってこう答えて
Yeah, I do need to hydrate with his voice. But she just smiled and said,
巡り巡って人は
We all depend on someone's kindness at some point in our lives. When the time
だ
comes,
から君も
you pass the gift
誰か
along.
に親身にしてあげなさいって
So
な
he passed it to her, who passes it to him, who passes it to her, who passes it to him, who.
なんだか不思議な人だったぜ
She was kind of
預
mysterious.
言者みたいに
She seemed to know exactly how things were gonna happen.
ピタリ
Like a prophet.
言い当てたりして
Suzuha. That was probably her way of repaying Tenoji for looking after her, even if it was just for 10 days. And so, it came full circle.
しかし
It's a small world, huh? Never thought I'd meet someone else who knew her. Oh, right. Wait here a sec. Tenoji goes into the child's room next door, then returns and places an object on the table. What did you just... You didn't. No shot. Ah. Oh. It's Suzuha's divergence meter. Before the world line changed, it was in the lab. But on this world line, Suzuha brought the meter with her to 1975. It's been in this house for 35 years. The tubes read 0.409431. It changed. Divergence has changed. Just like Suzuha said. This proves that my magic eye, reading Steiner, does indeed allow me to perceive changes to the world line. But what does this mean? Of course. Kai's almost always here if he's not asleep. Speaking of which, I recall what Suzuha said. When the meter reads over 1%, you've made it to the beta world line. So we didn't make it to the beta world line, so how... Does that mean I'm still in the alpha world line? Do you know what that number means? It's almost 6 in the morning. I wonder. RustyTools.com. Do you think I should... Oh, it didn't work. Interesting. I wonder if it got turned off, because usually I can see Frosty in the chat, but I don't see him in the chat. Or it. I don't see it in the chat. Maybe I need to go to the site and fix something. Because I sure don't. All I know is it hasn't changed a bit these 10 years. But you know... Oh yeah, you're playing Rivals with Jay. I forgot about that. I actually did see that in Jay's chat. When Suzu-san was on her deathbed, she used to stare at that meter for hours. Eh? And she used to stare at that meter, talking to herself. Is this the old number? The new number? Did it work? Did it change? Stuff like that. Day in and day out. It hurt to watch. So she had no idea. Obviously. Which is kind of sad, but it did change. I touched the device. Suzuha. In my heart, I reached out to the girl who died 10 years ago. To the girl who will be born 7 years from now. To the girl who crossed time to save the future. Suzuha. Thanks to you, my Yuri is safe. And I'm glad you weren't here earlier, Aruma, to see the dark thoughts that thankfully never existed at this point. We shall talk of them no further. Divergence has changed. But we haven't yet reached your ultimate goal. 1% divergence. Once that is achieved, the future you dreamed of will become a reality. I will carry on your fight, Suzuha. I promise. I realize that I'm crying. Tenoji stares at me for a moment, then puts his giant hand on my shoulder. Aww. A nice bonding moment between us that isn't him yelling at us, or hitting us upside the head. Mayuri comes out of the ticket gate and walks up to me with an unhurried stride.
まさかね
Dutteru!
本当に駅
I didn't think you'd come all the way to the station to pick me up. Mayushi's surprise.
人質に逃げられては
I wouldn't want my hostage to get away. Oh god, we're back to this. I guess it is cute. Now that we know the truth.
困るよね
Yeah,
それでね
me neither.
まゆし
So Mayushi's really happy. I don't quite understand, but whatever. Mayuri flashes a carefree smile, then walks ahead of me, almost skipping.
ねえその隠れ
So, what's in the bag?
何
ミスター・ブラウンから譲
Mr. Braun gave it to me. It's a device that can measure the divergence of world lines.
オーパーズ
なんだか
Wow,
すごそうだね
that sounds amazing. What's a world line?
世界線の数値って
I smile wryly.
マユリは本当に
Mayuri, you really are a dummy. What am I doing? After I left Tenoji's house, I called Mayuri to ask when she would arrive in Akiba. Then I went to the station to pick her up. Anxiety still smolders in my heart. We managed to survive yesterday. That doesn't guarantee our safety forever. It's entirely possible for Moeka to attack now, on the afternoon of the 14th. Maybe I'm being overprotective, but I still can't shake the image of Mayuri's death from my mind. I don't ever want to go through that again.
マユリ
Just a thought, Mayuri. But don't you think maybe you should stop coming to Akiba for a while?
来るのはやめた方が
At least until Kamiyama ends. No response. I look to the side. Did she disappear again?
いない
Mayuri? Panicked, I scan the area and catch sight of her wandering towards a newly opened shaved ice stand. That ditz. Can't she tell how worried I am?
岡部って
So, you're the devoted type, huh? Kurisu is glaring at me, with an iced coffee in her hand. We're in the lab, which appears to have become her second home. Yay!
何がだ
What's that supposed to mean? I'm sitting at the computer, searching for intel on the IBN 5100. I still don't know where it is. I went to Yanabayashi's shrine this morning, but alas, it wasn't there. Suzuha promised to get one to us somehow. Her gift to us from 1975. Without it, we can't hack into SERN's database, meaning we can't achieve divergence over 1%.
あんたがマユリをお姫様扱い
All of a
し始め
sudden,
た
you're
件
treating Mayuri like a princess.
今日は駅までお迎えに
Today, you went to the station to meet her. You taste tested her lunch, and then you held her hand all the way back to the lab. We're just acting like a bodyguard. Gotta make sure our hostage is safe.
あのね
Gotta keep our hostage in good condition.
に愛されちゃってるね
Okay. Ocarine really loves Mayushi. Did she have to tell Kurisu of all people? And Mayuri looks so carefree as she stuffs her cheeks with takoyaki. I'm pretty sure she's smiling not because of my love, but because of the takoyaki's deliciousness. Typical Mayuri. But seriously, did you have to tell Kurisu?
で
So what's the
実際
deal?
のところどうなんだ
どう
I don't follow.
前から不思議だったのよね
Are you a couple or
あん
what?
たたちって
I've been meaning to
付き合ってる
ask.
の
そう見えるのか
Do we look like a couple? Huh?
それは
Well, just what sort of delusions does this girl have? She was wondering if you were available, if you're single.
あのねオカリンと
She didn't want to interfere,
小さい
but
頃
she's
から
also kind of
ずっと
interested.
お友達なんだよ
You know, Ocarine and Mayushi have been friends since we were little.
あえいや
Wow, she's really heavy now.
食べながら話すな
Don't talk with your mouth full.
じゃあ付き合ってないんだ
So, You're not a couple.
誰も狼みたいな
Well, of
変人と
course.
付き合おうとは思わないし
No one would willingly date Okabe, after all. I totally wouldn't.
クリスティーナよ
You disappoint me,
お
Christina.
前には失望
は
は
なんでいきなり
What are you talking about?
俺は気づいた
You have finally revealed your true nature.
恋の話に
I saw how your eyes lit up at the first hint of romance. You're nothing but a filthy mainstream
ス
girl.
イーツかっこ笑いに他ならぬ恋の話を恋バナと読んでしまう
I bet you like to eat chocolate with your girlfriends and giggle about the latest celebrity love affair. Absurd. This lab has no need of the puppies and flowers in your head. It feels strange to be spewing this Chunibiu nonsense again, after what I've been through. Is my innocence lost forever?
マッドサイエンティストかっこ自称の
What the hell are you on about?
何言ってやが
You
りました
self-proclaimed mad scientist Chunibiu nutcase? It's been a long time since I argued with Kurisu like this, too. The thought brings a sudden pang of loneliness. After failing to save Mayuri, I sought help from this genius girl. Even though her words were at times harsh, she supported and encouraged me to the end. Yeah, she's that friend. But now, all of that has vanished along with the time we spent with Suzuha. Also, Mayuri, can you please stop crying? Thank you for your help, Kurisu. Maybe say that out loud? I silently give her my sincere gratitude. I would love to see the confusion on her face. I finished typing on the X68000's keyboard and sighed, then turned to the divergence meter sitting on the shelf. The display reads 0.409431%. What does that mean?
世界の構造は
The universe is like this piece of yarn.
いくつもの可能性世界
Countless possible world lines exist side by side, branching out to infinity.
常に無限個に枝分かれしメーターの数値が
When the meter reads over 1%, you've made it to the beta world line.
ベータ世界線にたどり着いたアトラクタフィールド
If you escape the alpha attractor field and reach the beta world line, then the result will change. But we didn't reach it though. Reach 1% divergence and you'll save Sheena Mayuri, but we did save her.
助けられるっていうこと
Then, does that mean I haven't saved her? Good night, Carl. Have fun. I dropped myself in bed now. All right. Night, Kai. Get some sleep. Get some good rest. In fact, let me... Where is it? There it is. Oop, I went too fast. Divergence is still less than 1%. Is the world still converging on Mayuri's death? It can't be. It can't be. I mean, nothing happened yesterday. Mayuri's here, safe and sound. So nothing will happen to her. It won't. I want to believe that, but the doubt within my heart is growing.